tell you is that Aztec can pitch. You want a guy game clinching time? I don't even know what that means. And the other guys can clinch? Throw that Aztec out there because he can pitch.
Backs against the wall. Who do you call?
5-0 in the postseason? Who are you going to call? Strasburger! Oh, wait, it's
Steven
Strasburg.
Strasburg.
He was terrific last night. Alex homers early. The Albuquerque Academy Charger carried his bat to first base. You thought life was grooving, and from then on out, it was all Washington Nationals, and you get maybe what you want. Game 7 tonight in Texas. Game 7 of the World Series where the home team has not yet won a game. Game 7 of a World Series that has been bizarre. You get two big-name pitchers who are probably not at their best in Greinke and in Max Scherzer. You got a manager ejected last night, a crazy call, a comeback, a little controversy. What is up? You get a Wednesday. It's the opening drive at 95.9 FM, an AM 610, the sports animal. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Josue producing for you on the radio side. Jason is in this morning producing on ProView Networks. You can watch the show simulcast on ProView. That Aztec can pitch, and he can pitch in clutch situations, and he's 5-0 in the postseason.
I think he's changed narrative on what happened almost a decade ago of when he didn't pitch in the playoffs.
Well, it wasn't his decision now. They pulled him. They wouldn't let him.
Injuries. Yeah, but he's worn it.
Yeah.
And Steven Strasburg has this weird, he's kind of soft, not that good. Is he ever going to live up to the narrative? And you look at the numbers and you look at the performances, and it's the complete opposite. He was great last night. After the first inning, he got touched up.
Which has kind of been his MO in the postseason, right?
As has Justin Verlander, who was fine, but the Astros offense could do nothing with Steven Strasburg. Tremendous moments. After the Alex Bregman home run, he retired 9 in a row.
Yep.
There was barely any hard contact. He got out of some tough situations in the 4th inning with 2 outs. Correa came up, runners on first and second, struck him out. In the 5th inning, after Reddick singled, Springer doubled, he got Altuve to strike out, then Brantley to ground out, and that was it. The Astros could not touch him.
Why not let him finish? You're up by 5. You get the first out, and then I would have liked to see him finish just for the history of a complete game, right? What that would have done for the lore. He's 5-0 in this postseason. Soft, hardly. The guy was nails, and the guy who's considered to be the bulldog is Verlander, and he is 0-6 now in World Series games. It's a tough one to wear because for a guy it's like the Kershaw thing. For a guy who's as good as he is, and now Verlander's got a ring.
Verlander's got a champion.
He's got a ring, right? That's the difference.
And he wasn't bad,
but he's
like
average. Well, and there's many times
like
Kershaw lost games and he wasn't bad.
Yeah, but last night specifically, 5 innings, 3 runs against, you're like, okay.
But the pitch count was just raising.
It's not what you expected, but the pitch count's not necessarily a bad performance. You just threw a lot of pitches in it. It starts with Steven Strasburg, and then 1 through 4, best at-bats I've seen the Nationals put together this postseason. What they did in the first inning, playing small ball to get a run, I thought that was huge for their confidence. Even going down 2-1 in the bottom, just get an early run, good at-bats from Eaton and Rendon, and then eventually you had Eaton, Rendon, and Soto all homer in that game. Just performance. In baseball, it's the classic, your momentum is good as your next day starter, because coming in, no one thought the Nationals could do that. All the momentum was with the Astros. They had just scored 3 runs in 3 games, and yet they flipped that script, have great at-bats, get Steven Strasburg, and now it should be advantage Nationals tonight with Max Scherzer, but it's the unknown of just how does he feel?
Well, okay, so there's a lot to. I don't know that no one thought that. I think certainly the momentum was with Houston after winning 3 in a row, and to your point, the Nationals scoring 1 run a game. But there's still that lineup. It's really good. The Scherzer thing is going to be what's really interesting tonight because you don't know. He was thrown in the bullpen yesterday. I think that was a little bit of a surprise, but you don't know. Supposedly that neck, you've heard stories that he's taken the cortisone shot, that his wife had to help him lift his arm up to put on his shirt. How effective is he going to be? You know what this has it all written out for? A legendary one of those. The man couldn't put on his shirt 2 days ago performances and came out and won Game 7 of the World Series. That's what this is lining up about. This is the Curt Schilling bloody sock. This is, you know what I'm saying? This is the guy playing with a broken leg kind of a thing. That's what this is lining up for in Game 7 on the road, in a game in which the home team has not won a damn game in a series yet, which is in its own right crazy.
And it's one where because of how they responded in Game 6, and there's so much to get into. Last night's game, the weird review that shouldn't have been reviewed, but what the heck was going on?
I don't think it was a review. I think what they were doing was the Nationals.
One knew.
Right, nobody knew, and that's why it took so long. The Nationals had protested, and so the umpiring crew, from what I understand, was communicating with New York that they had protested, and I guess New York was kind of going through and said, yeah, they can't protest. This isn't protestable.
But that's the problem. From what you understand after the fact, not when we were all watching that game.
Yeah, you think
watching that replay over and over and over. So baseball still needs to figure that out. They need better communication in those moments. I think their review process has been better than most because most of the time it doesn't take forever. It's like, boom, play at first, he's out. That was a weird, awkward moment
in a
for
very
them
key situation
in that game.
now.
And having Dave Martinez blow up, but Rendon coming up huge after the fact to pick him up with that home run, to give him a 3-run lead. That game had a little bit of everything.
Let's talk about Rendon picking him up because of everything that happened. That's what's going to get lost in some respects, and that was the biggest piece of what happened. We watch games all the time, and I'm going to equate that call, whether you think it was right or whether it was wrong, and we're going to get into the interference call on Trey Turner. I'm going to equate that to what happened to the Saints in the NFC Championship game where they got a bad call. I think everybody agrees that was a bad call. What happened to the Saints after they got the bad call? They let the Rams go down the field, kick a field goal, go to overtime, win the coin toss. Drew Brees threw an interception. The Rams kicked a field goal and won the game. The Saints had many chances to still win that game, correct? Equating it to what happened in Game 6 of the World Series, which is somewhat analogous with an NFC Championship game, Rendon came up and left no doubt and hit a home run. And my point being, while calls can sway outcomes, they don't determine them. And it is what is done after that and in effect, and what the Nationals did is just take it out of their hands. It would have been a much bigger call if they get out of that inning and don't score. It's 3-2 and the Astros come back and win that game. And we're talking about that today after a celebration in a champagne-soaked locker room.
Mm-hmm. My thing still on that play is, was it interference or was it he was out of the base path early because he was running on the grass and that's why they called him out? And
I've got a lot. Okay, so I got thoughts on that too. Let's do that when we come back because we got to take this first break. We're going to get Adam Dealin here at 9:15. We'll talk high school sports and whatever else with Adam. We got a lot to do on Game 6 last night because there's a bunch to unpack, including Alex's home run and carrying the bat down to first base, and then Juan Soto did the same thing. We're going to get into the NCAA stuff, NFL stuff, Bob Davies' news conference yesterday, the Lakers last night in a historic outing by Anthony Davis. But more on Game 6 when we get back, and we'll dive into that call and why that rule is there and why it doesn't work, by the way. It's the opening drive. We're on ProView Networks at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Sports Animal time is now 7:11 here on a Wednesday morning. Let's take a look at
handcrafted, a burger that's created from
our eastbound Central at Pennsylvania. We got 2 left lanes blocked there. We also have an accident northbound Eagle Ranch near Coors with vehicles reportedly facing the wrong direction there. And then we have an accident at northbound Jefferson at Paseo. And then we have an accident on eastbound I-40 near Unser. And we also have a report that we have a car on fire northbound I-25 at Algodones. That's northbound I-25 shut down now in that area. So lots going on there for a Wednesday. So be careful out there. If you see an accident, make sure and give us a call on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with Sports Animal Traffic.
4K a day. Your chance to win big just by listening to us. Listen weekdays for the national keyword at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. When you hear it, text the keyword to 95819 and you could win $1,000. What can you do with the money? Anything you want. Message and data rates may apply. 4K a day, sponsored locally by Fiesta Kia. A huge selection and a doggone great deal. Get ready to win on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Oktoberfest at Quality on Lomas has been extended. More than 600 vehicles clearly marked with discounts. Hurry in for all the Blocktoberfest savings at Quality on Lomas Northeast from Pennsylvania to Texas.
Quality by DiLorenzo.
QualityDeal.com.
Has your car been blindsided? Make the right call to Quan's Auto Body. With our certified collision repair and top quality customer service, you'll be sure to score with this decision. With 39 years of local experience, Quan's Auto Body is the only choice you should ever need when it comes to choosing an auto body shop. Come and see the guys who make it better at any of our 3 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Quan's Auto Body. We make it better. Visit quans.com.
Let's say your little princess puts a pony on her wish list. So you check out eBay and whoa, eBay has great deals on lots of ponies. Little toy ponies, stick ponies,
Mommy's little cowgirl, look at you!
movies with ponies. eBay even has cars with supercharged ponies. Check eBay and you'll always find an unmatched selection at a price you'll love.
Discount travel sites say they have the best prices, but Hilton.com has the price match guarantee. Look me in the eye. If you find a better rate, they match it and take 25% off. Yeah, well, this is radio, so just stare at the radio. Hilton.com has the best prices. Pinky swear. Or, radio swear. Plus, you can choose your exact room and get free Wi-Fi. Cross my heart, stick a needle in my radio. Expect better. Expect Hilton.
Must be a Hilton Honors member. Applicable terms and conditions at Hilton.com. Pinky swear.
This is John Greenhut. And if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, Power Swabs is the answer. In 5 minutes, you'll see 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. Even better, there's no messy strips or trays that you'll have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes, and you're done. To try Power Swabs, call 1-800-679-0969. Your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free. 1-800-679-0969. That's 1-800-679-0969.
What is wealth management? Wealth management is the plan, the path you follow to work toward the financial future you want. There are so many financial tools available: investments, retirement accounts, educational savings plans, and more. Let the wealth management advisors at Kirtland Financial Services help you sort through them all and make decisions for you and your family. Get started today at kirtlandfcu.org/invest. Kirtland Financial Services. Let's make securities and financial planning offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA SIPC. Insurance products offered through LPL Financial or its licensed affiliates, not credit union guaranteed.
Guys, waking up over and over to pee is not okay. But now, you can reduce those nighttime bathroom trips with the ingredients in Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced. We're talking about less urges to pee at night, less bathroom trips during the day, and better bladder emptying. It's like taking 3 prostate supplements in one. You can try a full 30-day bottle of P3 Advanced, free. Just pay shipping and handling. No strings attached, no obligations, and no commitments to buy. This is a 30-day supply, absolutely free. Call 1-800-394-4915. Super Beta Prostate is the best-selling brand in major retailers like Walmart. But for this no strings attached free bottle, you must call now. Call 1-800-394-4915. Don't miss out on this unprecedented free offer. Call 1-800-394-4915. 1-800-394-4915.
Albuquerque's Lobo Station, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Game 7, you get it. You will have Lady Lobos versus Eastern New Mexico here on our radio station tonight, which is way more exciting than Game 7. Josh Sushan will have that call. How's Josh, the baseball guy? And you and Josh are doing a project, which is pretty cool, on a hot mic. Let people know about this, because you can listen to JJ and Josh.
Well, it's Josh and friends, and I had the opportunity to join him for
And I appreciate the opportunity as well. I just couldn't do it. I'm glad you guys are doing it.
5 and 6. It's an app.
You did Game 5 too?
Yes. So we did Sunday and last night. It's just an app that you can download on iPhones currently, and you sync it up to the broadcast, and I'm doing some national games. So the broadcast doesn't come over your app. It's just a different voice, different opinions. It's a little play-by-play. We keep it between most innings and keep the conversation going.
You don't go to commercial break?
We do, but most innings we keep it there. Sharing stories, sharing opinions about what's going on. So it's a hot mic app. Download it. Look for Josh and Friends so you can check out what Shushan's got going forward. And it was fun hanging out with him for 2 games. getting to call a World Series game, but in a bit of a different way, and sharing a lot of our stories from Albuquerque, Alex Bregman, and opinions on where the game is and where it's going. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's cool. How's he feel about not watching Game 7 of the World Series, but calling a Lady Lobo?
Well, it was get into him a little bit.
Josh, you going to watch Game 7?
He wants that game to move along tonight.
Yeah, and with the pace of these games, I'm sure he'll be done with he does a shorter
pretty
post-game
close.
show. Yeah, he'll be waiting for Bradbury to come down and do the post-game show. So
Come on, Brad.
Let's go.
They actually do it first.
Oh, that's even
when
nice.
the game ends, he sits down, does it.
Perfect.
Down.
You can zip through it and get out of there and have a little monitor going. Enjoy that if you can, and they'll be doing all kinds of different stuff, and it's cool that Josh is doing that. What was your guys? And I want to get back into that play at first base. So you guys called that game. What was your thought of Alex taking the bat to first base when he hit his home run?
I didn't care.
Okay.
Like it looked awkward when there was just that kind of miscommunication. The first base coach was going for the high five and he still has the bat. Maybe I should grab it, and then it falls in the field of play. But I didn't even really notice it until the replay.
Yeah, I noticed it right away. I was wondering why. I mean, all right, Alex is excited. Obviously, when Juan Soto hit his and took his bat to first base, it angered them. I got a call. My brother and another guy in L.A., they're like, what's Bregman doing, man? Why did he messed up? Why he fired those guys up? You could see he fired Strasburg up. And Alex, you have the sound of Alex apologize. You want to say something? What you have?
I was just confused whether it was a violation of the game. It's just unsportsmanlike, right? I mean,
it can be considered that. It can be considered showing.
But there was
them
no
up.
penalty thrown.
No. It's not against a rule. You can carry the bat all the way around.
There's
the
no
base
flag coming out from the umpire.
Nice. Okay, gotcha.
You can carry it all the way around the base with you.
And watching the video, I mean, it almost looked like he forgot. Like, oh shoot,
You don't forget
I
to
didn't
drop the bat.
You don't think so? I mean,
Do you really? I mean,
I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. Yes.
And I love the kid. I do. I love Alex Bregman.
Right.
I think he plays the game the right way. As many times, do you think he forgot to drop the bat?
I just looking at it, it looks like he kind of did, and he was already like, I was like, oh man, I'm already here. What do I do with it now? Like, maybe he panicked.
Right. You've got Alex. So this is Alex after the game explaining it and pretty much, well, not even pretty much, apologizing for it.
I just let my emotions get the best of me, and it's not how I was raised to play the game, and I just let my emotions get the best of me, and I'm sorry for doing that. It was my fault, and I apologize for doing it. I shouldn't have done it. We got an incredible team. They have an incredible team, and it's winner take all, one game. It's a blast. That's why we play the game. Game 7 here at Minute Maid Park in front of our home fans is going to be a blast, and leave it all out there.
All right. So,
does Juan Soto have to now come make an apology?
No, and he didn't have to make an apology. It's interesting. This is going to be a total perspective play, right? If you're a Nationals fan, he disrespected us and he got us fired up. And if you're an Astros fan, I love him. I love the kid. I love Alex. That's the way he plays with his emotion. Like, it didn't offend me. It didn't.
Yeah.
But I can
and I don't know how it's disrespect to the other team.
I can see in baseball how the other team took it that way. You can't?
You can see it, but it shows you how ridiculous it is during the regular season that there'd be retaliation for that. But in the postseason, you're like, yep, we're not getting thrown out of the game, not doing a suspension.
Great point.
So we're not going to do anything about it. But in the regular season, sure, he would have probably been hitting X at bat. Here we go. We're spending the day talking about someone carrying the bat.
Would he have done that in June?
I don't know.
He didn't.
He might have gotten close. That team's just like anyone else does the dances.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right.
So this is one of those
attitude.
unnamed rules?
So what would you yes, it's an unwritten rule. Yeah. Don't carry your bat all the way around the bases almost. But to me, it's what do you want? Like, is that...
What do I want?
Yeah, you hit it, put your head down, go. You carried the bat just a little bit around first base. Right. I didn't think it was anything wow. And I think of the Nationals, the thing that upsets you in those moments is what just happened.
Right.
There was a home run against. And so in there, it's like, would you rather him go Jose Bautista on it and throw his bat to Dallas, or just carry it, drop it? Like,
I think all that's fair. See, it doesn't bother me. And I didn't think much about it until I got the call. My brother, who's a baseball guy, right? And I told you, my brother used to coach Gabe Kapler in high school, and is thinks he's an old school baseball guy. He's like, dude, what was Bregman doing? He says, Bregman messed up. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, what's he doing carrying the bat to first? I'm like, whatever, man. He's like, no, you don't do that in the World Series. You just don't do that. And I'm like, I started thinking, okay, I guess you don't, right? I guess you don't.
But it's so few and far between we have these moments.
Right. I agree with you.
In a season. And I'm like, you know what? You go hit 3 home runs in the World Series and say you feel.
And off the pitchers against whom you've hit them. Right?
Second one off Stephen Strasburg.
Right.
Well, he carried the bat down the line a little bit. The game is broken.
He carried a little bit. He carried it past first base.
He carried it past first base. The future of baseball is in trouble. All the kids are going to be terrible at the ballparks now.
Yeah. I'm with you. It didn't bother me. It just didn't bother me.
So ever with me. I saw it and went, oh. That's going to draw some reaction, but for me,
I noticed it. Yeah, I noticed it. And then when Juan Soto did it, I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm fine with it.
All right. Now we got it. And then, listen to Strasburg and those guys after the game.
To me, it's all about backing it up and own it. And I don't like that apology from Bregman.
You don't?
Unless he really felt that way. But I don't think he did. I think it was more they lost. He didn't want it to be a big story. So he just says, I'm sorry, that's not the way I play baseball.
I wonder if he felt that way because does he feel like it somehow fueled them? Do you think so? I don't know.
I can't look at the way Steven Strasburg was pitching after that and think he was that great just because.
Calmed down after that, didn't he? Tired 9 in a row, right?
Mm-hmm. But I don't think it was because Alex Bregman carried the bat. I don't think that Anthony Rendon and Adam Eaton were putting some of their best at-bats together because Alex Bregman carried the bat. I just think they played great baseball.
They played great baseball. And it's something that we will never know. And if the Astros win tonight, it doesn't matter. It's just a piece of it. And Alex, for whatever reason, felt the need to apologize.
And he apologized. And whether I think it's one where it's more he's just trying to get in front of it. They lost. He wouldn't have said a darn thing if they won the game because they'd be celebrating and no one would care that Alex Bregman carried the bat. That point in time would have probably been flipped and would ask Juan Soto about it. And
tell you what, if he hits a walk-off to win Game 7, he's carrying that bat all the way around. He's going to carry it all the way around and never get rid of it. Yeah, and he's going to hug it and don't get rid of it.
Keep it with
you.
Steal
it. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Have it during the parade. But it was absolutely one of those moments.
Use it as a cane when you're 87.
It was so far down on the list of meaningful things that happened in the game last night.
Yeah.
And with me, own it. Jarvis Landry last week. Don't back off. If you want to guarantee one over the Patriots, fine. Own it. Just answer.
What did he say afterwards?
Just answer the question in the moment. Like, hey, it didn't happen.
What is the guarantee? But do I get back my money?
Yeah. But like, if you want to have that swagger, you want to have those things, just own it. Don't be upset when Juan Soto does the same thing. And I think the Houston Astros.
Well, I don't think they were they?
Yeah, I think that.
Did he carry it the same way, Soto? Did he just kind
pretty
of
much?
Carry it?
And he took it to almost the exact same spot.
Because that was my thing. He wasn't clutching it. He wasn't like throwing it.
When was the last time you saw a guy carry a bat to first base?
No one does it, Hoser, so that's why everyone.
Well, I know, but I'm just coming from an aspect. I don't follow baseball like this, right. so me seeing it for the first time, I would have been like, When
was the last time you saw a guy carry a bat to first base?
Oh, I've seen him carry it halfway, maybe. They kind of take a few steps.
All right,
but yeah, that's kind of
Just be ready. If you want to give it out, take it. Don't be offended. Don't be throwing baseballs at people.
What did you and Josh say at the time? Did you say anything? Did Josh say anything?
It's because it didn't even register that much to
really?
It. Like, we caught it. We're like, oh, Alex Bregman. Oh, Juan Soto did it. But it didn't seem like with all that was going on, like that should be something that
interesting
gets the headlines.
Would love your thoughts at 246-0610. Area code 505-246-0610. Send your emails, Jeff at 610knml.com or JJ at 610knml.com. You can watch the show simulcast on ProView Networks, ProViewNetworks.com, Comcast Channel 26 across the state of New Mexico, all of their social media. And, of course, on our Facebook page, The OD in the AM. More baseball when we come back. I want to get into that and the play at first base. And the Trey Turner inside the baseline. And I've got my issues with that. I think, well, I'll tell you where I am when we come back. And I want to hear where you are because I just think in that moment, that play at the base where it was in the play, I got actually some pretty strong thoughts on that as well. Mortgages and home loans can be complicated, but you could take the mystery out of home buying with Kirtland Federal Credit Union. You can go to their website and find blog articles about how to get mortgage ready and learn about the available mortgage programs. Kirtland Federal Credit Union also offers seminars so you can gain firsthand knowledge of the process, and you can meet Kirtland Federal Credit Union's home loan team. And be sure to check out their next Home and Brew event. They host these local breweries. Home and Brew events invite you to drop by after work, have a beer, get a fun look at the mortgage process, ask your questions, and meet Kirtland Federal Credit Union's home loan team, and you'll take home some fun goodies as well. To find out about the next Home and Brew event, head to their website at kirtlandfcu.com/events. That's kirtlandfcu.com/events. Kirtland Federal Credit Union, they're more than military. They are for life. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender, federally insured by the NCUA.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? 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 Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The World Series in Houston, Texas. Road team has won every game. Never happened before. Never happened before. Scott said, did you see Altuve glare at Bregman? He looked at him in disbelief and shook his head. It was when he came back to the dugout. I did not see that.
Yeah, they were having a conversation after the fact.
I saw the two of them together.
Stuff being said, don't do that, this or that.
Yeah.
papi,
I saw the shot where they were kind of, cheek to cheek kind of a thing. Jim says T-ball move. No way he forgot to drop the bat.
T-ball
move is what he said. Yeah. All right.
Why is it in baseball they hate emotion? Like so much. Like people just are so against it in baseball.
It's a really good question. So like what? So emotion's cool if it's in the dugout. You can do that little conga line. Well, if it's in the dugout, right? If it's not on the field,
you're just not showing up your opponent then because it's not on the field.
Is that the only place you're? That's a really great point. Where can you show emotion?
Is everyone gonna scream if Carlton Bragg throws down this monster dunk and flexes on him and be like, you should just be running back into the way, son?
No, because it's basketball.
Yeah,
it's a great point. In baseball, where is emotion permitted?
Emotion.
Where can you show? Right, if you hit a home run, you're supposed to put your head down. You're allowed to tap your chest.
You go shake the pitcher's hand, be like, "I'm sorry."
Right,
I did that.
You hit a home run. You hit the plate.
Home run.
You can tap your chest and point to the sky. Yeah. Right. It's a really good point. Where can you show emotion on a baseball field that's not somehow considered showing someone up?
Yeah.
And I don't know that carrying your bat to first base is emotion, although he said it, the emotions, you got caught in the emotions of it. Just in the dugout, right? You can run a conga line or stare at the cameras and then it's cool.
I'm not saying it feels good, but I don't think it has to be like the end of the world, baseball coming at your face, how disrespectful. Little league moves. Like, just
to your point.
With it.
To your point, you score a touchdown, you can have a choreographed bowling pin scene or something, or a photo shoot. Basketball, you get a dunk, you can stand there and mug and flex. Hockey, you score a goal, everybody comes over and hugs you, right? Soccer, same thing. You slide, you celebrate. Yay, look what I did.
Take your shirt off.
Baseball, no, it's a really good point. There's no celebrating in baseball.
If it's not your thing, okay, but it doesn't always have to be the end of the world. How dare you? Type of response.
That's a great point. All right, let's go back to the play. It was the sixth inning. Trey Turner's at bat. Seventh inning. All right.
Top seven.
Number down the number in the infield. Pitcher goes and gets it. Throws to first. It hits Trey Turner. As he's taking his last step to the base. There is a lane on the last 45 feet of the baseline in foul territory in which the runner is supposed to run. The base, however, is in fair territory. Now, I understand clearly that he ran inside the lane. If you look from the right-handed batter's box where a man, after you take your step, you stride, you hit, you swing, and take a direct line to first base, that takes you in fair territory, correct? From the right-handed batter's box.
It did Trey Turner.
Well, no. Any batter, take a straight line from where you take your stride, where your left foot, where your weight is. Okay, when you hit a ball, then draw a straight line to the bag. It takes you in fair territory. That's not arguable, correct? The base line supposedly is in foul territory. Where's the base? Is it in foul territory or fair territory?
It's in fair territory.
Okay. In this particular instance, the ball hit him on his final step in stride as he was like the picture we're showing right now on ProView, and Jason found this. It hasn't hit him yet, and it is in his final step to the base. How are you supposed to get to the base if you don't run in fair territory? How can you get there? The base is in fair territory. The lane is in foul territory. How are you supposed to get there?
You make a lane change right before you get there.
That's crap.
Because when he was watching the video, when he was running, he was all the way inside.
Understood.
And
that had nothing to do with the play. Outside. And it had nothing to do with the play until the final stride.
But I think that's the rule that got violated.
The final stride has got to be in fair territory, otherwise he can't hit the base. You tell me how you can hit the base if your final stride, and that's what's in question here, correct? His final stride. How can you hit the base if your final stride is not in fair territory when the base is in fair territory?
I think you can hit it. Yeah.
How? The base, if you run the whole way in foul territory,
Well, I
the
can't
base
show
isn't
you
there.
here, but I mean,
the base
if we was
isn't
out in
there.
the park, I could show you.
If you took me to a softball field and there's one of those safety bases like they have in softball, okay,
Yeah.
we can have that conversation. But there is not in Major
Okay.
League Baseball.
I understand that, but I think where he was right inside the whole, he ran all the way down there in that inside lane.
Okay,
he didn't run in his lane that's designated for him, and that was the rule. That's the rule.
But that's not what they called him out on, and that's the problem is we still don't know. This from Joe Torre post game. He ran to first base. That wasn't the call. The call was he interfered with Gurriel trying to catch the ball, which is wrong in that case
I think
because the
it's wrong.
throw took Gurriel into Turner.
That's right. That's right.
So this is the problem. We're still
Okay, so
arguing about
that's
something
different.
that we don't know what happened on that baseball field in the World Series.
To JJ's point, if he would have run,
So it had nothing to do with him stepping on the grass.
the throw was in foul territory. Gurriel had to go into foul territory, reach across that line to catch that ball. Where do you want that man to go?
Okay. Yes.
Where is that man supposed to go to get to the base? And that's where I think the call
Yeah,
is
because
bad.
even if he would have been running in that lane, he would have made contact because he's extending himself, right? The first baseman.
Okay, and how can you physically, you stay in that lane, you can't hit the base. The base is in fair territory. The lane is in foul territory. You have to cross that line to hit the base, and this was his final stride. Your final stride, and I understand all the way up there, but it's absolutely moot because it had nothing to do with the play. Okay, nobody's ever been called out on a base or a base hit to left field for running inside the baseline. Okay, you cannot hit that bag if you don't run it, move into fair territory. You can't. And to JJ's point, he did not interfere with Gurriel's attempt to catch the ball. Gurriel had to cross the man's path. Where's the man supposed to go?
Well, he did lose his glove. It looked like the glove hit the leg.
Yeah, they hit. There was contact.
The throw took him into Turner.
The throw went into foul territory. Where's the man supposed to go?
All right.
How
No,
can the man?
He's there. Yeah.
How can the man get to first base without being exactly where he was? He wasn't 4 feet in the line, 3 feet in the line. And I would love to see a study, JJ. I would love to see, and maybe somebody's got this. Oh, there's a stat on everything, on curveballs, on pitches, on the road. I'd love to see a stat. How many people run through in that lane, and how many on every single ball that's hit? How many people run in that damn lane, and how many people run inside it? I'd love to see that stat, especially on ground balls in the infield, right? When you're trying to run them out. Would you guess it's over 80% that they're not in the lane?
It's probably pretty high.
Especially right-handed hitters? I thought it was horrible. Now, again, and we got a break, the good part is, not if you're an Astro fan, that ball don't lie in this situation, right? At least the Nationals did something about it. Rendon hit the home run, and we're talking about it, but it's not the biggest story. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Hoser, and Jason on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Sports Animal time is now 7:41. Here's another look at Wednesday morning's commute. Well, the big accident that shut down northbound I-25, actually there was a car on fire that shut down northbound I-25 right at Algodones, now has been reopened, but only the left lane. So traffic is starting to move just a little bit slower, so just give yourself plenty some time and you will get through there. Still active is eastbound I-40 near Unser, northbound Jefferson at Paseo, and also northbound Eagle Ranch near Coors. And then the last one that you need to worry about right now is eastbound Central at Pennsylvania with the 2 left lanes blocked there. If you see an accident, call us on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with Sports Animal Traffic.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute. How hypocritical and pathetic is the NCAA? In proclaiming that student athletes can now profit from their names, images, and likenesses, the Board of Governors added the caveat in a manner consistent with the collegiate model. Well, the collegiate model is all about prohibiting the athletes from benefiting from their special skills, while coaches and school athletic programs reap obscene profits from their labors. As the board empowered the 3 NCAA divisions to set rules for implementing the new policy, it included the following guideline: protect the recruiting environment and prohibit inducements to select, remain at, or transfer to a specific institution. Bottom line, it's all about protecting the unfair current system as much as possible. However, the NCAA is on the clock. It's frantically trying to react before California's Fair Pay to Play Act and other proposed state and federal legislation take effect. You better get moving. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Don't let your cold keep you up at night. NyQuil Severe provides maximum strength relief for your worst cold and flu symptoms so you can get the rest you need. NyQuil Severe, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, achy, stuffy head, best sleep with a cold medicine.
Listen up, America. Why in the world would you start your day with an unwrapped, zip-zap, sad sack breakfast mishap when the McDonald's app lets you order, pay, and pick up a nice and hot griddle sizzle breakfast with a tap-tippity-tap? I think I just answered my own rhyme question. McDonald's mobile order and pay. Just order in the app, pass the line with the tap, and wake up breakfast with McDonald's. Mobile order and pay at participating McDonald's. McDonald's app download and registration required.
Life doesn't stop for cold, so neither should you. DayQuil Severe provides maximum strength relief for your worst cold and flu symptoms so you can get through your day like a champion. DayQuil Severe, the daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head power through your day medicine.
The Jim Rome Show.
The sports animal has been in existence a quarter of a century. This radio station is so amazing. I have been on that station 25 years. I'm really, really grateful for that. Really thankful for that. Albuquerque is a incredible jungle market.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
MDC is hosting a hiring event on Tuesday, November 5th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge, 4120 Cutler Northeast. Kickstart your training toward your next exciting career. Start your journey by visiting mdcrecruiting.com.
You've been hurt at work. The workman's comp checks are supposed to be coming in, but they're not. The bills are piling up and no one seems to care. You have a friend in the Fogel Law Firm. In New Mexico, workers' compensation has its own court, and you need a lawyer that specializes in workers' comp. Personal injury lawyers don't have the expertise for workers' comp claims. Call the experts at the Fogel Law Firm to review your case for free. Call 255-9092 or visit Fogel, Fogel lawfirm.com.
On November 6th, Lobo basketball is back. Another season begins with one of the most talent-laden teams UNM has had in years. See newcomers J.J. Caldwell and Jaquan Lyle and returning starters Vance Jackson and Carlton Bragg challenge for the top of the Mountain West Conference. Lobo fans, you can get 2 season tickets for the price of 1 at the station's website. Click the Sweet Deals logo and save more than $300. The thrill of Lobo basketball is almost here. Half-price Lobo season tickets. That's something to howl about.
Guys, have you found yourself feeling sluggish, just don't have the energy you used to have, or do you want to take care of your hair loss? Struggling with erectile dysfunction or weight loss? It's Jeff Symbieta, and fellas, you don't have to struggle anymore. Call NuMale and you can feel like you again. It's not going to go away just by ignoring it, and certainly there's nothing to be ashamed of. Low T, erectile dysfunction, lack of energy, they're all natural when men reach a certain age, but you don't have to accept it. Call NuMale at 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, and you can feel better. Men everywhere have made the call and are enjoying the benefits of NuMale's cutting-edge programs, the latest treatments taking care of low T, lack of energy, depression. NuMale is going to help you feel like you again. Call NuMale at 505-652-1688. Right here in Albuquerque, NuMale boasts fantastic success rates. That means guys, maybe like you, are regaining their strength and confidence. If you're suffering from ED, depression, or just flat out tired of being tired, call NuMale at 652-1688 and feel better.
Has your car been blindsided? Make the right call to Quan's Auto Body. With our certified collision repair and top quality customer service, you'll be sure to score with this decision. With 39 years of local experience, Kwan's Auto Body is the only choice you should ever need when it comes to choosing an auto body shop. Come and see the guys who make it better at any of our 3 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Kwan's Auto Body. We make it better. Visit kwans.com.
Catch the Sports Bar with Michael Carlisle and Mike Trujillo. Local talk today at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, what do you think? It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and Hoser, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Emails come in, Jeff at 610knml.com or JJ at 610knml.com. Scott says it was the worst call in World Series history. It was second worst. How can that happen in this day and age? It hit him when he was already on the base. The first baseman interferes with the runner, not the runner with him. He was past the ball. He was. Yeah. Yeah. All right. What else you got yesterday? We talked about David. What about Davey Martinez getting thrown out? When was the last time you saw a manager get thrown out of a World Series game?
It was 1996.
1996. Never seen it? Bobby Cox? Yeah.
I'm shocked at his reaction even after Anthony Rendon picked him up and gave him that cushion. Like, what was it that was said or a decision that was made that he was still so lit in between innings that he wanted to go after the umps in that moment?
I think he went out and the explanation he got was unacceptable, and he was getting. I mean, you watch that replay, he was just getting hotter and hotter and hotter, right? And I mean, to his point, I think he was right, but I'm going to say this again because I think this is the key. Plays like that, calls like that can sway games, but they rarely, in my opinion, determine the outcome. And I making the analogy back to the Saints and the Rams in the NFC Championship game, where the Saints it was a horrible call. And everybody said the Rams should be there, the game should have been over. You don't know that he would have made the field goal, although you assume he would have, right? But the Saints would have won the game. But do you remember what happened after the bad call? The Saints let the Rams march down the field. Greg Zuerlein kicked a field goal to go to overtime. Saints won the coin toss, got the ball. Drew Brees had the ball. Drew Brees threw an interception. The Rams moved the ball enough to kick a field goal and go to the Super Bowl. A lot of things happened after. In this case, the Nationals made something happen. They could have, right? It could have just been, it was a horrible call. And instead of second and third and nobody out, we have a man on first and one out. We get out of the inning, double play. No. Rendon hits the home run and puts the game away. Players make plays. And in this situation, I give it to the Nats for not letting that determine their fate. They went out and made plays, and that's all on the Nationals. That's just clutch to me.
Yeah, Rendon was fantastic. The top 4 hitters in that lineup, best at bats they put together in the series. Situation who they're going against. Yeah, they had that blow up inning in top 7 game 2, but last night was special. First inning doing a little small ball, but then you had Rendon, Eaton, drawing full counts, going yard. Soto again hitting it upper deck. It was just a great outing by the Nationals. The top 4 hitters were fantastic, and Steven Strasburg was electric.
Steven Strasburg was electric. All right, so we got that. We're going to get into some other stuff as well. Obviously, we got to get into the NCAA conversation from yesterday. We'll talk.
Hilarious.
What? Because they're playing catch up, or what?
No, because they didn't do anything, and yet everyone said they did something.
Well, they had conversation, which in NCAA ranks is doing something. Yeah. I believe they're moving towards doing something. You're correct. They want to get something done by 2021.
They pretty much said, "Hey, you all figure it out. A way to keep these guys amateurs, and then we'll do that."
So we'll go there. We'll go there.
Like, you figure it out. We'll take the credit. NCAA.
No, you give them the blame for everything, right? Can they get credit for something?
But they didn't. They didn't say yes or no. They said, you put down some rules, and then
we'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it, and we'd like to get it done by 2021. Right. Lance, good morning. How you living?
Mis tres amigos and Jason, I guess is it mis cuatros amigos? I got to get better. I haven't spoken Spanish since the old lady died, in the South Valley. And, it reminded me last night when I saw Martinez coming at that guy of my neighbor across the street when the guy brought his daughter home late. I told you to have her home by 10! And he's like going and families
and it was
holding him back,
10:03.
and baseball, they're so fired up in there. You're an athlete, at least in football.
That's
you can go
where
out and knock
emotion's
some
allowed.
heads and
The
get your
manager.
emotions out. So, like, you spit a sunflower seed at me?
Yeah.
Did you spit a sunflower seed at me? They're just waiting to go at it. But that's just like, there's such little to go for. I mean, wow, a guy carried a bat to first base. And they're making this huge deal out of every little thing, and football is like more bad things happen in one play in a football game than the whole game at a baseball game.
Truth.
So I'd laugh at that and stuff. But you know what, Jeff? You guys, you should be weathermen once again. You know what I mean? It's just a thing like, you guys research so much. You all work so hard. I mean, I know you enjoy what you do. You love watching sports and stuff, and but really, the weatherman, and just I looked at several models, and it could work out several ways. Well, I say that to myself a lot. What a fantasy that is, all you got to do is look at a satellite, call L.A. or Denver. What's the weather like there? Well, I'll give it a 50-50 shot, but it's just ridiculous, And anyway, if the Broncos just punt on first down.
Ooh,
That's
punt
all I
on
gotta
first
say.
down.
Just punt on first down. That's
you gonna
all you
do?
got to do for the rest of the year.
Brandon Allen in punt formation, first down and 10 at the Bronco 25.
You could put the 30 back there, and they might get faked out a
Snap
little
is
bit.
good. Punt is up. A high spiral.
Yeah,
we're not ready.
But it's such a shame. I know JJ's really broken up about this, that Flacco's out for 6 weeks. I mean, he's been out for the first 6 weeks.
Yes.
He's been out for the whole year. Call any good plays. I promised Hoshway I wouldn't go off about the Broncos because I really don't want to talk
All right,
about
keep your
that.
promise.
But
Keep your promise.
Anyway, God bless. And, like I told Edward, leave the Broncos alone in betting. They almost won that game.
They usually cover.
It's just awful.
All right, we got to go.
I mean, that's
Lance,
the thing. That
music's
I
up.
was like hoping for him to lose so we could get a better draft pick. No, don't win the game.
Hey, Lance, the music's playing. I got to go.
I gotta go. All right.
All right, enjoy the day. He almost kept his promise. Did he tell you he wasn't going to go off on the Broncos?
He lied.
He lied to
did.
you. I like the analogy of his buddy across the street.
Yeah.
You told me you'd have my daughter home by 10. It's 10:02.
What?
Hold me back. Hold me back.
Hold me back. Hold me back.
David Martinez was pushing, though. He was
Man.
pushing through Chip Hale pretty good.
Yeah, he was. Poor Chip.
Yeah.
Come on,
It's
man,
all
I
like a
can't-
moment of fear.
Yeah. Did you see that? I'm like, what are you going to do when you get to that guy? Then what?
Put him in the ground.
And what? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 1,000 homeowners improved their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or DreamStyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? 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 Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rawlings, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our DH...
You got Game 7 tonight. Enjoy your Game 7 tonight. It's the opening drive, Jeff, JJ, Hoser. Boy, it's everywhere, huh? It's all over the place. Can talk other stuff as well. Football trade deadline came and went yesterday. We can get into that. See what Anthony Davis did for the Lakers last night?
It's still a 40-20 game.
In 31 minutes. 40 points, 20 rebounds in 31 minutes.
Lakers in the foul line. Just a monster performance from Anthony Davis.
Lakers beat the Grizz, 120-91 in Los Angeles. Hey, can I go get off my lawn for a minute?
You can go get off my rocks.
Well, okay.
Not quite, or
yeah, Zero Escape. Get out. Can we go back to NBA teams wearing the home lights and the road team wearing the darks? No, you like the darks at home? I just think the Lakers at home wearing the gold is just classic. The Celtics wearing the whites on the parquet at home is classic. It doesn't feel right now. I know the Lakers wore gold yesterday at home and the Grizzlies wore white, but the Lakers wearing purple at home doesn't feel right to me. Celtics wearing green at home doesn't feel right. Is that too old man? Get off my lawn.
No,
you can tell me it is.
You have to say that because you say that once a year during NBA.
Because
so you just need to
just
put it out there.
It aesthetically bothers me.
Let people know,
Not a
hey,
lot of
this
stuff
is the way I want it to be, which is fine. Old school uniforms.
Jason, am I wrong? You like the darks at home? Like
now that you bring it up, I mean, it makes sense. Like,
yeah, right?
Just the yellow Lakers. Like,
shouldn't the Lakers be wearing the yellow at home?
I think they should.
Thank you.
I'll agree with you.
Ozer? No? You don't care? You're all right. You're reading. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Bad Street says Lancer is the OD answer. Jeff, you and JJ are great on this award at winning OD, but I don't think the state needs 2 more goofy-looking dudes getting the forecast wrong. Well, that's probably right. There's plenty of them.
Oof.
There's plenty of people.
Goofy-looking dudes.
Goofy?
Oof.
Oh, is that what you took offense to?
Yes.
That's it.
Carry
your bat.
I've done an
Look.
okay job on the television recently.
I don't care. I'm goofy looking. I'm fine with it. I don't even care. I really don't. But if you take offense to that, then I take offense.
Yeah,
for
I
you.
definitely don't stack up to some of the other weather people.
No, I want to take offense. I want to take offense with you. So dang it, hey, what are you saying? Don't call JJ goofy looking. That's not right. It's not right. All right. We'll get in the NCAA in a little bit. Anything hit you at the trade deadline? The Aqib Talib to the Dolphins. Rams dumping salary.
Even they hit you a little bit this morning.
Well,
like, what'd they get?
Did they
get one of those first-round picks?
I want to know what they got. And it's like it's for a draft pick. They gave Aqib Talib and a fifth.
They got salary cap relief because they're done with that secondary. Marcus Peters, peace out. Aqib Talib. He's hurt anyway. He's not playing, so it doesn't matter. They got some cap relief. Moving on.
All right.
Thank you for your service, sir, in our secondary.
Good day now. I said good day.
Fun while it lasted.
I said good day, sir.
Have fun hanging out in Miami.
Yeah, I said good day, sir.
Living the nightclub life. If you're on the injured reserve, that's not bad.
All right. Fair enough.
LA to Miami. You could have sent him to worse places to hang out the rest of the season.
I don't know, Miami, man. It just feels miserable. I mean, I get it's Miami, and I've seen ballers, and I get it. It just feels like a bad scene. Kind of like I don't know, Cleveland.
Could have sent him to the Jets.
Yeah. How about Odell Beckham critiquing Freddie Kitchen and a play calling of Freddie Kitchen getting a little cranky? Huh?
We all do it, Odell.
Here we go.
Get in line.
Here we go.
Get in line.
Freddie Kitchen. See, Odell had 7 balls thrown to him. He caught 5 of them. I'm not responding to that. We need to win football games. That's what I'm worried about. Okay. All right.
Well, should have.
Here we go.
Cleveland Browns should have invested in offensive line for all this talent that they have on offense, which would have helped Baker Mayfield out. Maybe just realizing it's okay to use a timeout instead of making a 4th and 11, 4th and 16. Just little things like that.
You think?
Are going to add up. Freddie Kitchens.
Wait till Denver beats him this weekend with Brandon Allen.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, I'm calling that right now. Did you hear that? I'm calling that right now. What?
Odell doesn't care anymore. He's just handing goat cleats with real goat fur to Tom Brady.
Oh, and that made his quarterback cranky, did it not?
Baker Mayfield's all pissed off.
Well, what are you giving him cleats for? Why not me? Because
Baker, look at his side eye. Look at his side eye on ProView.
Like, damn, what you doing? You're talking to that guy?
Oh,
look at Tommy. Yeah. Tommy's like, oh gosh, that's so nice. And Odell's he's still got his chin strap up.
Odell's just like, hey, can you guys require me in the offseason?
What's he gonna do with those shoes? Like, what? So Tommy does what with those?
I just puts them up in his office, just with other gifts he's received.
Here's Odell Beckham shoes and
on the shelf.
Here's Teddy Brisky's mouthpiece. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Baker doesn't look happy. So I probably shouldn't play Odell this week because he's not gonna throw him the ball, right? Is that how that works?
He's trying to build that goodwill. Be like, hey, put a nice word in for me with Belichick. Maybe you can come over. I'll catch some passes.
Josh Gordon isn't playing anymore. I'm just saying, if you need another outspoken guy with a little bit of a sketchy background, I'm here for you.
I'll fall in the line to win.
That's right. I'm here for you. That's what I'm here for.
And Odell's been fine. He hasn't been an issue this season.
I agree with you. He hasn't been an issue one way or the other.
It's just been the play on the football field. It hasn't been attitudes. It hasn't been. The worst thing was Jarvis Landry guaranteeing a win, and that really didn't even go anywhere after the fact because everyone just laughed. Like, ha, you're not beating the Patriots.
Yeah, that's right. Although Hot Take Dougie was in here just screaming, oh, this is the week. This is the week. All right, NCAA's top decision makers voted unanimously yesterday to start the process of playing catch-up, of modifying the rule to allow college athletes to profit from their names, their images, their likeness. Quote, in a manner consistent with the collegiate model, end quote. I know that bothers you. So basically, there's three separate. It doesn't.
That doesn't bother me.
Okay.
It's the whole people saying the NCAA did something yesterday, and they're still like, you know what? We're gonna let you guys do
What
it.
did you expect to come? I mean, did you expect them to change the rule yesterday?
No, but shouldn't they? Like, the board asked each of the NCAA's 3 divisions to create the necessary rules,
Right.
beginning immediately, and have them in place no later than 2021.
Okay.
Okay. Who's creating those rules?
These 3 separate divisions. I don't know.
Who's in charge
believe
of
that.
Division 1?
Okay.
To create said rules. And shouldn't this be
So
something
what-
uniform across the board?
I don't know that it should be. I mean, is anything uniform across the board in college athletics? What's uniform about college Division I football as opposed to Division II football or Division III football? What's uniform about that?
Just different scholarship limits.
Different scholarship limits, different
playing the
playoff
same-
procedures,
yeah,
different. But yeah, for the most part, you're right. The rules are uniform. So the board members put out a release that the changes should make sure that student athletes have the same opportunities to make money as all other students. Okay, that means if you're a student in your chem lab and somebody wants to sponsor you, that it's the same as for the quarterback. That they maintain the priorities of education and the collegiate experience. It's kind of a vague term, and ensure that rules are transparent, focused, and enforceable. And I think that this is going to be the toughest part. And do not create a competitive imbalance. And they'd like to impose or put these rules in January 2020.
The competitive imbalance is SEC television money, Big Ten television money.
So what came first, the money or the imbalance? I mean, did the money create the imbalance, or the imbalance create the money?
The imbalance created the money, but I laugh at all of a sudden recruiting is going to dramatically change. Like, are there some crazy boosters that are going to throw money around? Yes. When we're talking a new class of student athletes every year coming in, basketball is going to have the biggest impact because of stars and name recognition. But there's not dealerships that are going to be throwing around millions of dollars every single year. Like, that's just so.
So you don't think this opens the door to a potential of the stuff that's going on underneath the level to go on at a bigger degree in the name of, well, now I can do it, and go beyond what would be accepted by whatever the rules are put in place?
Like, what's it changing in recruiting? What players all of a sudden aren't going to the Mountain West?
I don't know that it affects the Mountain West. I mean, and maybe it does. Maybe there's an athlete, it's a Mountain West athlete that's being recruited by San Diego State. In your case,
and to me, I'm fine to put a cap on it. There has to be a paper trail with anything. If you're someone in our business, you do a remote appearance, you get paid for said appearance.
Yeah.
There's a paper for it. Why would it be any different if say, hey, we want this guy here from 6 to 7 sign autographs?
As it should be.
Here's the bag, $500. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's an issue. I think that's kind of what they're looking for. I think that's what they're hoping it will be. Yeah, I think that's kind of.
But I hear worst case scenario, it's going to change things.
I'm surprised because you're usually the guy who says, "How could you not see this coming?" And it feels like you don't want to see. You think it's already happening. So you say, you know.
Well, I don't think that all of a sudden college athletes are going to be rolling around in millions of dollars because of some crazy car dealership owner that is realizing, I have to keep doing this year after year after year.
And I think that's probably right. I think there's a potential. We'll talk about it when we come back because I know we got to take this break. And I think we're talking about a very small percentage of the student athlete population as well. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and Hoser on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Sports Animal time is now 8:10. Let's take another look here at Wednesday morning's commute. Boy, it's been a busy one here. Let's see if I can sort it all out for you. New crashes to worry about right now is northbound I-25 right at Avenida Cesar Chavez. Backups are starting all the way back to Rio Bravo there. We also have a crash eastbound I-40 near Unser. And then we have a southbound I-25 crash near Osuna with heavy backups forming there. Looks like earlier we had northbound I-25 shut down at Algodones due to a car being on fire there. They have reopened the left lane there, so now you're able to get through a little bit more quicker, I guess. But anyways, still some delays happening there from that cleanup. If you see an accident, make sure and give us a call on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with Sports Animal Traffic.
There's a new home for Lobo Talk, and you're listening to it.
Lobo Talk. I'm your host, Robert Portnoy.
Catch the voice of the Lobos, Robert Portnoy, right here on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Every week as he talks with Lobo coaches, players, and more. Lobo Talk, Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock right here on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Cold weather is here. Anderson Aircore handles all heating systems, whether you have a furnace, boiler, or heat pump. 24-hour emergency service, maintenance, new installation, and rebates are available. Anderson Aircore, we get things done. 855-9032.
In most situations, it's easy to debate who is the greatest of all time. But when you need collision repair, there's only one clear GOAT. Quans has won a Best of the City award for the past 6 years straight. Don't go to any collision repair shop. Go to the Better Collision Repair Shop at Quans Auto Body. Our award-winning customer service and certified collision repair makes Quans better than the competition. Make the better choice and visit Quans Auto Body in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho.
On November 6th, Lobo basketball is back. Another season begins with one of the most talent-laden teams UNM has had in years. See newcomers J.J. Caldwell and Jaquan Lyle and returning starters Vance Jackson and Carlton Bragg challenge for the top of the Mountain West Conference. Lobo fans, you can get 2 season tickets for the price of 1 at the station's website. Click the station's website, click the Sweet Deals logo, and save more than $300. The thrill of Lobo basketball is almost here. Half-price Lobo season tickets. That's something to howl about.
Guys, have you found yourself feeling sluggish, just don't have the energy you used to have? Or do you want to take care of your hair loss? Struggling with erectile dysfunction or weight loss? It's Jeff Symbieta, and fellas, you don't have to struggle anymore. Call New Male and you can feel like you again. It's not going to go away just by ignoring it, and certainly there's nothing to be ashamed of. Low T, erectile dysfunction, lack of energy, they're all natural when men reach a certain age, but you don't have to accept it. Call New Male at 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, and you can feel better. Men everywhere have made the call and are enjoying the benefits of New Male's cutting-edge programs, the latest treatments taking care of low T, lack of energy, depression. New Male is going to help you feel like you again. Call New Male at 505-652-1688. Right here in Albuquerque, New Male boasts fantastic success rates. That means guys, maybe like you, are regaining their strength and confidence. If you're suffering from ED, depression, or just flat out tired of being tired, call New Male at 652-1688 and feel better.
Roto-Rooter jingle, take 1.
Call Roto-Rooter.
That's the name. Take 2. Call Roto-Rooter.
That's the name.
Take 17.
Call Roto-Rooter.
That's the name.
And away go troubles
down the drain. Let's try it like this.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away goes troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Call Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs.
Catch the Sports Bar with Michael Carlisle and Mike Trujillo. Local talk today at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Lady Lobos tonight here on The Sports Animal. Lady Lobos final exhibition. They play Eastern New Mexico. Josh Sushan will crack the microphone for you at 6:30. Here on The Sports Animal, your home for Lady Lobos basketball. 24606, a week from yesterday, right? We got regular season on college basketball games. Is that right?
We do.
All right. What does that say? Does that say Lorenzo? What should that say online?
Yeah, I believe Lorenzo.
All right. Is that what it says?
Well, let's find out.
I put too many E's.
That's all right. Lorenzo, good morning. How you doing?
Hey, buenos dias.
How's it?
I have to tell you, JJ and Jefe, Jose, Lance, he's very hard to listen to because he never says anything that It hurts my ears. I don't know why you take the call, but it's good that you always take it before a break, porque he is como, he's hard to listen to.
All right.
But just now, I was listening to Jose give the traffic, and he says, quickler.
Quickler?
You'll get through there quickler.
We got a media critic.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it sneaks up on you,
sometimes
man.
You're
Spanglish.
speaking so quickly, you speak
watch
quickler.
out. A bit quickler.
Mira. Jefe, let me ask you a question, though. But I always wonder, when you say certain words como la process, you say process. Y también you say against instead of against.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you why. I know this has nothing to do with sports, but you sound como un pendejo. And I just want to know why.
I'll tell you why. Porque I worked in hockey for a little while, and I hung out with a bunch of the Canadians, and I picked up a little bit of that dialect that they against and process, and so sometimes it just kind of slips in there. That's why.
I mean, hey, I'm going to start saying that.
All right, enjoy it.
Processing against.
Process.
Thank you for taking my phone call. And Lance, write down what you want to say before you call pendejo.
See you, Lorenzo. Wow, man. Where'd the media critic come from? How we speak? And all right, Lance is beautiful. I'm a big Lance fan. You all right? All right, 246-0610, 888-922-0610. So I want to close up a little bit on the NCAA stuff. And I don't know where it's going to go. First of all, they're playing catch up, obviously, right?
Their hand has been forced by states passing laws.
All right.
I'm not saying it's simple and there's still not going to be things that go on, but I don't think it's just some blue chip SMU type situation that's going to explode across college athletics.
I don't know that it'll be rampant. I think it is going to open the door for more issues, and I think you've got to be careful on what that means.
What? Like,
well, just like people who are not involved directly with athletics, booster types getting overzealous in recruiting processes. You can't see that. Like, you think that's so totally far-fetched?
So they say, hey, you come here and what? The booster's specific business?
Yes.
Yeah, but then there should be a paper trail.
And there should be.
And
so how do you prevent the now that it's clean, and I know you're going to tell me that it's already going on, here's the paper trail, and you got $500 for this, and shake
prevent
hands.
him giving more
and
money? You can't. If he wants to give him more money, what are you going to do?
He's going to, right. And I think it emboldens them a little bit.
Well, what if he gets given that money anyway,
and I knew that's where this going, and I just, it's hard for me to accept, well, it's going on anyway, so it's okay.
Well, we don't know that, but why should the player not get an opportunity to sign autographs for $100 somewhere? And
no, we're on the same page for that. Yeah, we're both saying.
But I don't think that it's going to be as rampant on top of that, just money pouring down. Because yes, it's few and far between, but if you're a good salesman, you don't think Ray Birmingham could get his guys just a little bit of something while they're playing baseball? Like, there's some track company that would kick off a little something extra to a national championship team.
I would like to believe there is. Yeah, I'd like to believe.
So and also, maybe it actually benefits you. You've been looking for a quarterback.
I think we're kind of saying the same thing in different ways.
I'm not as worried about crazy boosters across the board because it's going to be, it's still a small amount of superstar players in basketball that are, oh, do I go to Duke or North Carolina anyway? Oh, well, this guy this, that guy that.
Right.
But maybe, who knows, you have someone big enough that there's a quarterback. You want to come to the University of Mexico, you can be the face of the best breakfast taco in town for 4 years.
Division I Student Athletic Advisory Committee. This is their position yesterday. Part of it. No one's talking about, this is a quote, no one's talking about the proposals for name, image, and likeness reform, both state and federal, how it will affect sports other than football and men's basketball, or a handful of elite student athletes in other sports. While name, image, and likeness compensation carry many benefits, there are a plethora of potential unintended consequences that'll inevitably erupt unless regulations are put in place to prevent them. End quote. So you're saying, I mean, you agree that there should be regulations.
Absolutely.
Okay. Vince, good morning. Hey, Vince.
Hey, good morning, fellas. Hey, what a gem Strasburg pitched last night. That was an absolute
terrific
jewel of a game.
Yep, terrific.
coming down to Game 7, you couldn't ask for anything more if you're a baseball fan. But one thing I'd like to comment on, being a Rockies fan, we always get bagged on because we play at altitude. Everyone says, the stats are inflated, and put an asterisk next to all of our players' names. But watching last night when Bregman hit that home run, they were talking about it was a towering shot, and, it was smashed it. When StatCast came on like the next inning, that thing went 355 feet. And if you notice that was 12 to 15 rows up in the stands.
Yep.
And with perspective, that wouldn't even hit the warning track at Coors Field. That wouldn't even hit the warning track at Isotopes Park. So you also have to look at the dimensions, too. Those lines in Houston, it's like a softball park along the left and right.
Down the line it is, and then you hit the alleys and like where it jets out. So right after that, who hit the fly ball deep to left, all the way to the wall? Who was right after Alex had hit the fly ball? Right after he hit the home run,
Gurriel.
Right, Gurriel hit a fly ball left that probably would have gone out in most parks. So it jets out out in that alley to 385 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, 355 I don't consider a towering shot. I mean, he hit the ball hard, he was square on the ball. But 355, that's not going to make it out of a lot of parks.
I think that's right. And that's the beauty of baseball. There's so many different parks and so many different dimensions.
Yep. Great game. I'm looking forward to tonight, though.
Thanks, Vince.
Guys.
Appreciate it. Ruben, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline.
Yes,
What's up,
sir.
Ruben?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Jeff, JJ, and Jose. Just want to comment on the baseball play last night. Jeff, you were exactly right. Every point you made. I mean, what's the use of that that pathway or whatever the runners are supposed to run through?
Yeah, that lane.
You said the left-handed batter. I mean, I looked at the replay many times. He kind of fell to the left after he hit the ball.
Right-handed batter. A right-handed batter.
Yeah, right-handed batter. So, I mean, you made some good points, Jeff. They need to look at that softball safe thing. If they want him to stay in that lane, then that would maybe resolve the issue. But another thing I noticed, Jeff, is that the pathway, the baseline, or the line that runs to first base, there's that dirt area there. Now, I could see if a runner, he had 1 foot, a couple steps, his left foot hit the grass, and I could see if a player had, running both legs or both feet in on the grass, that would be, constitute a problem. So they need to look at this. I mean, they're lucky that Rendon bailed the refs out with that homer to kind of close the door on that. But then another thing, Martinez, I heard he had like a heart issue. Mm-hmm. I was hoping he wouldn't have a heart attack.
Yeah, that'd have been bad.
So they need to look at this. Jeff, you made some good points. And one last thing, how is Socrates? I mean Edward, how's he doing on his?
He claims he went 2-1 last week. He said he went 2-1 last week.
Okay, but how about for the season? Anything there? Or no stats on that?
If I cared, I'd keep track. But
thank you, guys.
See you.
I'll see you. Bye.
I mean, is that fair?
Long break.
No, in all honesty, if I cared, I'd keep track. It's the opening drive. We got a little break to take. We'll come back, continue to have conversation with you about the World Series, about the NCAA, about the Lakers last night. We can get into Lobos and what Bob Davie had to say yesterday as well. And the opening drive at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 10,000 homeowners improved their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? 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 Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rawlings, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity.
Man, why do you use that word all the time? What's wrong with why do you do that? Why do you have to say that word? I don't understand. So you told me somebody told you that Tiger didn't beat anyone. He didn't play well in Japan, and he didn't beat anybody, and that doesn't mean anything. Like Rory McIlroy was in that field, and Xander Schauffele, and Gary Woodland, and on and on, Hideki Matsuyama.
Yeah, competition wasn't as good as it normally was.
That's such a bad take. That's such a
take.
That's just thinking because Tiger was overseas, no one else was there.
That's right. That's right. He must have been playing against just a bunch of Asian pro players.
Yes.
That's just a horrible, horrible take. And by the way, it's wrong. like where's Rocky? How do we not have that drop? You're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong, Scott. You're wrong. Like it's just no is the answer to that.
No.
No, that's the only answer. No.
Bad.
All right, 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Your emails are coming in this morning. And pretty good numbers. Jeff at 610knml.com. JJ at 610knml.com. This is the point of the show where we are probably going to start scattering topics and going all over the place because I've got emails on a lot of different things, and it may just spark conversation going in a different way. Jason said, JJ Buck's question. Says, good morning, OD and the AM. Yesterday, JJ asked a couple of questions. One was, what would it take for fans to go back to Lobo football? A question that no one was really able to answer. I submit no one ever really was at Lobo football. In 1997, with a division championship on the line and first bowl game since 1961, Dennis Franchione looked into the stands of 24,000 fans on that momentous day and bolted TCU. Rocky Long was shown the door after a successful tenure by UNM standards, citing the damn fans, meaning they didn't show up. You can't ask someone to come back to something they never attended. Lobo fans' favorite pastime is the fall is to bash Lobo football and tell us how great the basketball team will be. And that logic has been holding the entire athletic program back. Lastly, JJ asks if there are any sizzlers. While traveling through Utah on I-15, I noticed a sizzler in Layton, Utah. Ooh. So there is at least one
Thanks for that,
sizzler.
Jason.
Crimson Jason.
I'd like to put it out there, though, Jason, that fair point, solid dig. I'm not unrealistic. To me, 20,000 to 25,000
would
is
be
good.
Back, yeah.
Because you look at group of 5 college football attendance, it's tough. I'm not sitting here saying 30,000, 35,000. I'm saying, can you get at least 20 back in that stadium?
Yeah. Look, on the damn fans thing, if you go back and you went back the other day and looked at the attendance figures in that run of years, and you were in the 30s on a regular basis. Franchione didn't bolt because there were 24,000 fans there. Franchione bolted because TCU came and paid him, right? I mean, now, was it a better situation? Obviously it was. But they gave him 7 figures when he was making, I want to say, $350 at the time, $400. You also would have bolted, right? So I do, I remember that day, and it had to be 97, and we all have a day, so I'm not telling you this was the norm. When Lobo football was playing for a division championship, and they back in the old 16-team whack and the quadrants and the whole thing, and they were in a quadrant, I believe, with Rice and Tulsa and whatever. But it was a Saturday afternoon, and I remember simply because I was supposed to go out of town that weekend, and Channel 7 said, no, you're not going out of town. This is a big deal, and they were right. And so I stayed in, and we did live shots, and the place was full, and they played Rice and won a division championship. Went on to play Colorado State in the WAC championship game, and went on to their first bowl game since 1961. Is that back? I don't know. It shows that at that point, and I know you believe that it can never get to that point because of the television, and there's no interest. But at that point, there was interest. Mm-hmm. At a point 13 years ago, there was interest. There were 30-something thousand in a stadium, and there was interest. Is it completely changed in a decade and a half? Maybe it has. Maybe there's no coming back, or maybe it needs to be rebooted, restarted, re-energized, pick your word. I'd like to believe that if there is something, somebody, something to look at, something to be excited about, that people would go do it. You guys have cited this, and accurately so. United. Is it simply because people like soccer more than football? I don't know that I'm ready to totally buy that, but they've made that something hip, cool, energetic, and people got behind it? Can you use some of that formula? And certainly, I think part of the United's charm and success was they were so successful early.
Yeah,
so not only did you have this cool thing in a good place, we're good. Like, not only that, wow, we're really good.
But it also, and what am I trying to say here?
I'm not sure.
I just completely blanked. I'm just crashing here. That people do not acknowledge the amount of soccer fans.
I'm not downplaying.
No, I'm not. I'm saying there's a lot of people that go to
Right.
United games that aren't going to Lobo games regardless.
I'm not telling you it's got to be the same group of people.
But in terms of passion, branding, those things, yeah, it has to be a little bit of everything for that athletic department, for that football team. And I'm not talking trying to get back to 30, 35,000. I'm like, can I at least get 20,000 in
nice.
there?
And I tell you this a lot. When I moved here in 96, I was so impressed at the time about the pride in Lobo athletics. And I even felt it in football, although not a lot of people went, but it was almost like, I want to say it was Animal House. There was a scene where you can't do that to our pledges. Only we can do that to our pledges. Meaning you can't talk bleep about our program. Only we can talk bleep about our program. If someone outside of New Mexico or the UNM community ripped on the Lobos, and Rudy was a big part of this now as the athletic director, and he was brash and he was out in front of it. But there was a pride about Lobo athletics, and now I feel it's the antithesis of that, and I feel that it's really in vogue and it's cool to somehow rip on Lobo athletics. Now I understand what the media has been like over the last decade, and I'm not blaming on the media. I'm saying the stories in the media, and I understand like how it got here, but. So I guess how do you spin it back, or can you, or recreate that pride? This town had Lobo football, basketball, whatever, and there was a pride about it, and it was.
So overall, the product, which is the university, was looked at well then, right?
It was certainly looked at in a different light with much more respect and pride. And
that's
now
what
I feel like it's cool to look at it and rip on it. Oh, it's just New Mexico. Oh, here we go again. And I understand how it got here, but it's going to take a conscious effort to swing that. Does that make sense?
No, I agree. And, I had a buddy of mine call me yesterday. He was listening to our show. He's a Texas fan, and he said, look, he as a fan, he put up with a lot of bad coaches, a lot of bad years, but he said the product is not necessarily just football, because we were talking about the product. For him, he thought the product is the University of Texas, or, the product should be the University of New Mexico overall. And as far as, us not having that, where people just, are just more, I guess, faithful to the university overall, like you were saying. So that point kind of brought that up there.
All right. 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Your emails come in at jeff@610knml.com, jj@610knml.com. Hey, wherever we go, there's potential danger, and places like churches, theaters, and events need to provide security for people who attend. International Protective Service is a security company providing security officers trained to handle dangerous situations. They need more help. Right now, IPS is looking for off-duty or retired law enforcement officers to fill in the gap, and they've got immediate openings. Depending on experience, they're starting new hires at $25 an hour. If you have experience in training, your community needs you. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com, and you can have a role in making people safe and giving people peace of mind. The bad guys are lurking. Be part of that team that stops them from ruining our favorite public places. Call IPS at 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
Sports Animal time is 8:40. Here's your final look at Wednesday morning's commute. We've got good news. Northbound I-25 right at Avenida Cesar Chavez has been clear. Also, the northbound I-25 in Algodones, which was closed earlier, has now been cleared. And also, of course, northbound at the bypass has also been cleared. Still active right now is southbound I-25 crash between Osuna and Jefferson. And that is about it right now. So, hey, great job up there, getting all through, through the ins and outs of the traffic here on a Wednesday morning. Definitely a busy one. But if you ever see an accident, make sure to call us on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with Sports Animal Traffic.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute. Drew Brees earned my first game ball this week, folks. After missing 6 weeks for a thumb injury that was supposed to take up to 8 weeks to heal, he returned to shred Arizona with 373 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Welcome back, Drew. Over in London, the Rams' Cooper Kupp caught 7 Jared Goff passes for 220 yards and a touchdown. Kupp actually had 2 touches on that scoring play. He started the double reverse flea flicker that culminated with him going 65 yards to the house. Elsewhere, San Francisco's Tevin Coleman rushed for 105 yards on only 11 carries and 3 scores, while teammate Nick Bosa led the Niners defense. The dynamic rookie defensive end racked up 3 more sacks and a pick against Carolina's Kyle Allen. Minnesota's kicker Dan Bailey wins my special teams game ball. He converted all 4 field goal tries and a PAT for 13 total points. And the coach of the week goes to Doug Peterson. They may have saved their season with a big win on the road at Buffalo. I'm Boomer Esiason. Hiring can be a slow process. Cafe Altura's COO, Dylan Miskowitz, needed to hire a director of coffee. So he went to ZipRecruiter.com, posted his job, and found the best person for the role in just a few days. With results like that, it's no wonder 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, try ZipRecruiter for free at our web address, ZipRecruiter.com/go. That's ZipRecruiter.com/go. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Pros know there's a lot more to a tile job than tile. But here's something even pros don't know. The Home Depot's just lowered prices on tile essentials. Grout, mortar, backer board, sponges, everything a pro needs to do the job. And know this, we won't be beaten on flooring prices, guaranteed. Well, what do you know about that? New lower prices on tile essentials for the pro, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. US only.
There's a new home for Lobo Talk, and you're listening to it.
Lobo Talk. I'm your host, Robert Portnoy.
Catch the voice of the Lobos, Robert Portnoy, right here on 95.9 AM 610, the sports animal. Every week as he talks with Lobo coaches, players, and more. Lobo Talk, Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock right here on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Hands down, Blake's Lottaburger makes the best pumpkin pie milkshake. We add a real piece of fresh pumpkin pie to our awesome vanilla milkshake to create a creamy fall favorite. Stop into your favorite Blake's Lottaburger and pick up a pumpkin pie milkshake now at all locations for a limited time.
Discount travel sites say they have the best prices, but Hilton.com has the price match guarantee. Look me in the eye. If you find a better rate, they match it and take 25% off. Yeah, well, this is radio, so just stare at the radio. Hilton.com has the best prices. Pinky swear. Or, radio swear. Plus, you can choose your exact room and get free Wi-Fi. Cross my heart, stick a needle in my radio. Expect better. Expect Hilton.
Must be a Hilton Honors member. Applicable terms and conditions at Hilton.com. Pinky swear.
It's called a smartphone for a good reason. With DriveWise on the Allstate app, your smartphone can help you get smarter about driving safer. DriveWise gives you real-time driving feedback, giving you the power to lower your insurance cost. In fact, safe drivers can save 40% or more. Connect and save with DriveWise. You're in good hands.
Download the Allstate app today. Savings may vary by state and driving behavior, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Use of Allstate Mobile with activation of DriveWise required. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Has your car been blindsided? Make the right call to Quan's Auto Body. With our certified collision repair and top quality customer service, you'll be sure to score with this decision. With 39 years of local experience, Quan's Auto Body is the only choice you should ever need when it comes to choosing an auto body shop. Come and see the guys who make it better at any of our 3 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Quan's Auto Body. We make it better. Visit quans.com.
Nature Valley brings that satisfying crunch that gets your family going again with real delicious honey and whole grain oats. So get out here. Nature Valley Oats and Honey Crunchy Bars. The original crunch.
Take a good look around your office. Chances are it could use a little rearranging. Maybe a new chair here or there, a few new desks, maybe a file cabinet or two. Or wait a minute, let's just trash the whole thing and start all over again. There you go. That's thinking big. And at Albuquerque Office Systems, you can make it happen. I mean, you can call Albuquerque Office Systems at 345-2824 and have Joey Apodaca or any associate come evaluate your office for new or remanufactured modular office cubicles, as well as all office furniture. Or you could just go to their website, aosabq.com, and start from scratch. That's aosabq.com. You know, it's been said that new office equipment can increase productivity by 20%. Imagine that. So for a more productive working environment for your employees, visit aosabq.com or call 345-2824. That's aosabq.com or 345-2824. Albuquerque Office Systems. Do your part. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Now open, New Mexico's premier sports bar, Stadium 66. Watch your team, bet your team. Stadium 66, your place for beer, bites, and bets. Route 66 Casino Hotel.
Hello, Saver. At Walgreens, we like the way you save on things. Take afternoon matinees. You know they have the same endings as full-price movies. And co-pays on Medicare Part D prescriptions. You can get them for as low as $0 with select plans. So when you choose a plan with Walgreens as your preferred pharmacy, you know you're saving smartly. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. $0 copay on Tier 1 generic drugs available through select plans that include Walgreens as a preferred pharmacy.
Pros know there's a lot more to a tile job than tile. But here's something even pros don't know. The Home Depot's just lowered prices on tile essentials. Grout, mortar, backer board, sponges, everything a pro needs to do the job. And know this, we won't be beaten on flooring prices, guaranteed. Well, what do you know about that? New lower prices on tile essentials for the pro, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. US only.
You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 minutes. And when you hear, you realize that you haven't slept a wink. That's why there's ZzzQuil Pure Z's, a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally with no next-day grogginess. It's available in both liquid and gummies, tastes great, and is non-habit forming. Pick up ZzzQuil
Last spot.
from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep. Available at retailers near you.
Catch the Sports Bar with Michael Carlisle and Mike Trujillo. Local talk today at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Back at the NFL tomorrow night, 49ers and Cardinals here on The Sports Animal on Halloween. Ooh. Halloween! You coming dressed as something tomorrow? You're going to be part of the costume parade?
No, I'll be gone by then.
Oh, yeah. What time's that?
I believe it's at 3, the parade.
Oh, yeah, there's a parade. You coming? Who do you dress as?
Farmer.
Farmer, that's right.
I'll be dressed as a radio producer.
That's good. It's a good look for you. It is. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and a hoser, 2460610 if you want to get in. I got a bunch of emails to read you at Jeff at 610knml.com, JJ at 610knml.com. Gopher says, if you're Air Force, you play early, so by Saturday night, Jeff, you'll be resting and getting nutrition, since apparently every club in the Mountain West Conference gets nutrition except for Lobo football. I'll bet their players don't have to go to Bubba's after the game. You probably won't mind seeing Lobo football extended to 3 or 4 overtimes and having their contest go to the wee hours of Sunday a.m. There you go. Lobos have bad schedules. They have to play at night and travel and then turn around and play 6 days later. They're not going to be rested. This is Rod. Yesterday you asked for Lobo football solutions, Jeff. Perception is reality. When you have the usual suspects constantly on their hands and knees begging people to buy tickets, begging people to go to the games, I think the perception is Lobo football isn't any good. They need to create an impression that a Lobo football ticket has value, something that has scarcity. To do this, we need to admit there is never going to be 35,000 people in that place again. Until we do this, things will never change. Davalos adding those seats and having to fill them has been an albatross around Lobo Athletics' necks for almost 2 decades. We tear down the east side grandstands and replace it with some premium seating, chairbacks, not suites, which have been a disaster across the street. Restrooms and a food court where fans can get something other than Lobo dogs that are cold, watered-down Cokes, and empty hot chocolate dispensers. This should bring the capacity of University Stadium down to no more than 30 to 32,000, which is a more manageable number and more realistic of where the program of the Mountain West is. So premium seating on the east side So I don't hate his idea in theory. I think smaller and better is bigger or better than bigger right now. Now I don't know where you're getting the money, first of all, to do renovations like this, but and I don't know that you could do a food court on the east side because it backs directly up to the soccer stadium, so it's not like you've got a lot of room to build on the back side, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't
I think that would have to probably be a north end zone build out.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do something along those concepts, because I think that would be a better viewing process as well. If you kind of just had like food court deck, north end zone, hang out, watch the game, as we've seen in other arenas and places.
Yeah. Again, what you're talking about takes a bunch of money. I don't actually I don't dislike it at all. In fact, I kind of like the concept of making it A, more intimate, and B, more, I don't know, less traditional or different food court, better seating kind of a thing. Jared, good morning.
Hey, man, good morning. I just want to say it's all great to have, like, the elixir to fix the attendance at Lobos or the Pit or wherever, but there isn't any, nobody's going to come up with a solution because there isn't one. Athletics has changed, and nobody ever acknowledges it. With sports gambling, you, me, maybe not you, I can't speak for you, but we're not fans of teams anymore. We're fans of individuals once they become pros. Because we gamble on them, and that's where the money's coming from. Some of the money is from media and TV stations and things like that, but that's the hammer's coming down. I mean, who's even going to the World Series? Look at the seats; they're empty. So, I mean, these stadiums, specifically for baseball, these mega stadiums were built in the 90s without knowing what technology was going to do. And this is even in business. So all you business guys out here, here's a little nugget. If technology outpaces the market, the size of the market, you've got a problem. And the market's not expanding. The technology is going faster than the market. So there's so many ways that a consumer can consume athletics, whether it's watching TV, gambling, or whatever. You're not going to the game. And then you have the social aspect of what is always in the news every 3 months about something crazy happening. What's the incentive for going? Even if, I mean, my dad is a diehard, let's say Yankees fan. That's cool, but him and I aren't going to spend $3,000 to go see the Yankees, no matter what.
That's all fair.
So,
no, it's all fair.
I mean,
it's legitimate.
And I get that. And so, if we're not going to go see the Yankees, why would I go see the freaking Lobos play? The only way you're going to make it work is if you do something along the lines as like the WWE or something, and you make
20
Mickey thing where there's more to it than the football game.
That's fair. And Jared, you're right. I got to go. We're at the top of the hour break, and it's a good call. And let's because his points are valid.
10.
And let's talk about it when we come back on the opening drive.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 1,000 homeowners improved their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches.
New stickers.
New stickers.
New stickers.
I saw that.
Did you see that? Look at that. I guess I should turn it that way.
Goddamn stickers.
Goddamn stickers. We got some stickers. We're on the ProView Networks, Comcast Channel 26 around the state of New Mexico, Comcast Channel 26, ProViewNetworks.com. And you can go to our Facebook page, The OD in the AM. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Hoser, and Jason with you. Adam Deal to be in about 9:15. We'll talk some high school sports. 2460610 or 888-922-0610. You can send emails. Jeff at 610knml.com or JJ at 610knml.com. All right, the last caller. Look, man, I'm not going to the Yankees because it's so expensive. Why would I go to Lobos? Well, Lobos are a lot cheaper if you want to experience a live event. But to his point of we're in this because we like the gambling or we root for players and I think that is absolutely a younger generation reality, right?
Yes.
They don't just love the Lobos, so they're going to games. They don't just love the Dodgers or the Yankees and they're just going to games. They like players. Players at the professional level certainly move around a lot more, and so there's less team loyalty, I believe. And there's more. Is it better? Is it easier? Is it a better experience at times to sit at home and watch on your 70-inch screen and you can watch a bunch of games? Yeah, it probably is. So to his point, why am I going? Why, if I'm not going to the Yankees, why am I going to Lobos? And he says, at the end, you kind of got to make it like a WWE thing, make it an event. You've got to make it an event. I don't have all the answers.
There's only so much you can do because you still have to play a football game.
That's right.
Like you can run the chili peppers around the base path. You can build burgers, but there's still 90% of it is there's a football game going on. And for me, I understand that mindset. I think it's a far stretch comparing $3,000 Yankee trip to going to the Lobos, but you're just trying to get a little more people involved, get that connection. I think it definitely has to figure out how to get some more students there, maybe at least build a connection, the whole alumni thing, and be like, oh yeah, sports, alumni, Lobos, let's go to the game too. And the game day experience is changing too. To his point, I think it's more so what's going on as opposed to just expecting someone to sit there. And it's, oh, where can I get a drink? Oh, what kind of food can I enjoy? Where can I enjoy it type of experience?
I think all live events are dealing with this. Yeah. It's not just Lobo football. It's not just a bowl game. It's and to his point, I didn't see a lot of empty seats at the World Series, but you watch an NFL game, and you see a lot of empty seats now.
Live events are hard to get people to go to, even sports, because the home entertainment is fantastic. The Red Zone, whatever.
Everything's on too.
It's great. You can watch everything and not miss it. And just looking at trying to get even just 20,000 people out to University Stadium, a lot of that's a product too, no doubt. But the experience around it, what else can you do? Because you're going to have to invest, whether it's coaching, which, by the way, that conversation too is the investment, and not just the head coach, but the staff and your recruiting budget, the stadium itself. So it's a little bit of everything just to try to get that football program moving in a better direction. I think back to just even the idea of, that didn't go anywhere, but when they thought about putting, like a restaurant and a bar in, like right there at the stadium.
Right there in the corner?
Like something like that needs to happen.
Well,
because
ideally. So
you have a bunch of tents right there. People don't know what's going on.
Here's another piece of the puzzle, and I think the attention on it, while I think we can sit here and talk about live events everywhere, games everywhere are struggling with attendance, I don't think people understand that from a global perspective. And certainly the media, all the media focuses on is attendance, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it's a bowl game, whether it's a football game, whether it's Lobo basketball. The only metric of success that the media seems to grasp onto, and they grasp onto it vehemently, is attendance. And it's a big deal. And I understand that because it's the most visual and most out-facing. But I don't think the media is accepted as a whole. Hey, let's look at it globally, and live events everywhere are suffering and are down. And it's not just here, right? And then people hear it, and it turns into a bit of a snowball too. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, but it's still
the reality. The issue's the reality. I understand. Yeah. Edward, good morning.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Such a beautiful morning. Colors of the trees changing, beautiful weather outside. We're in the sports equinox. It's just a great time to be alive here in New Mexico and as a sports fan. The Crusher he really tries to give the public what they want. And earlier in the show, and the gentleman called and said, "Hey, how's Nostradamus doing?" or Socrates. Maybe he had a little mix-up there.
No, whatever.
In his Greek historians. But I mentioned yesterday, picking games at 58% clip this year, a robust 58%, which, by the way, if I was in Vegas, I could be a professional odds maker, better than the Sharks' performance, or right there with them. So I thought I'd fill them in because, you know, even in New Mexico, when people root against themselves, I still root for people, and I want them to excel, put money in their pockets, and for them to have a robust life themselves. So 58% for those that are listening. And by the way, this week's picks are percolating and coagulating and will probably be unleashed, if not tomorrow, on Friday. Let me say this about the baseball call last night on the baseline. That was one of the most egregious calls that they missed, even using technology. And
well, they didn't use technology. There was no technology used in it because they're not allowed to use the replay on that call. So there was no technology used.
Okay, then I didn't know that. So I learned every day, and that's good. I'm going to reference the NFL with the replay system. One bone of contention I have is, and I think they need to change it quickly, is I'm in favor of using technology to get the calls right. In the NFL, if there's a close call, what they'll say is, well, it has to be obvious to overturn it using technology, and I disagree with that. I think that there should be a play, and if there's uncertainty, then go to the replay system. No matter what the call on the field is,
make a call.
Get the call right.
If you can.
Go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
If you can, if you've got enough evidence.
Well, yes, but what their contention is, it has to be clear and obvious that it is to reverse the call that play didn't occur as called on the field. I disagree with that concept. I think that they should just make a call, use the technology, and no matter what the call on the field was, use Occam's razor, which means when solving a problem, taking all variables into consideration. That which is most obvious is the appropriate and right call, or the right solution. So I think there needs to be an adjustment to that. I think the Nationals are going to close it out tonight. I think that the Astros were playing kind of loose when they were 0-2, and they kind of were playing with house money once they tied it up, and credit to them, right? But I think the pressure is going to mount tonight. I think we're going to get a pretty good pitching performance from the Nationals, and I think they're going to find a way to close it out on Houston's home field. And it's been a fascinating series, and I think sports fans have been treated to a great series.
Yeah, good one.
All right. Anyway, gentlemen, hope you guys have a beautiful afternoon or this morning, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Good day, sir. All right, 246-0610. So he says it shouldn't go revert to the call on the field. Sometimes there isn't obvious evidence, right? As many angles as you got. Sometimes, I'm surprised at how many plays we look at and go, wow, that's really close.
Yeah.
Aren't you? I mean, even though we're freeze framing it,
slowing it down.
Yeah, with all those angles. I mean, I'm surprised at how many there are. All right, Adam Deal said to be about. Hold on. Todd says you and I are like one on this issue, Jeff. When the Lakers are in the form, they need to be wearing their golds, not white, not purple. Reminds me of staying up late watching headline news to get a score update from I'm Van Earl Wright, CNN Headline Sports. Anybody remember Van Earl Wright? Is that no? The Lakers are involved in a tight one in Los Angeles. That was Van Earl Wright back in the day. That was when CNN had Headline Sports. You would go there for highlights kind of in the early days of ESPN.
Yeah, I remember catching some of that.
Did you catch that?
Now I remember.
That's where Dan Patrick started at CNN as
yep.
well. Yeah. No, Todd, I appreciate that. That's actually really good. Hey, guys, if you found yourself feeling sluggish a little bit, don't have the energy you used to have, or maybe you just want to take care of hair loss. You're struggling with erectile dysfunction or weight loss. Fellas, you don't have to struggle anymore. You can call New Male and feel like you again. New Male. It's not going away by ignoring it. And certainly there's nothing to be ashamed of. Low T, erectile dysfunction, lack of energy, all natural when men reach a certain age, but you do not have to accept it. Call New Male at 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688. You can feel better. Men everywhere have made the call, and they're enjoying the benefits of New Male's cutting-edge programs. The latest treatments taking care of low T, lack of energy, depression. New Male is going to help you feel like you again. Call New Male, 505-652-1688. They're right here in Albuquerque. New Male boasts fantastic success rates. That means guys maybe like you are regaining their strength, their confidence. If you're suffering from ED, depression, just flat out tired of being tired, New Male is for you. Make that call to New Male at 505-652-1688 and feel better.
$4K a day. Your chance to win big just by listening to us. Listen weekdays for the National Keyword at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. When you hear it, text the keyword to 95819 and you could win $1,000. What can you do with the money? Anything you want. Message and data rates may apply. 4K a day, sponsored locally by Fiesta Kia. A huge selection and a doggone great deal. Get ready to win on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Bob Brown here for Stadium 66. Join us this Monday at 6:30 for the Cowboys-Giants game. We're giving away free play, Dallas signed jerseys, and $2 drink specials.
Stadium 66, your place for beer, bites, and bets. Route 66 Casino Hotel.
Dear movers and shakers, we know how you roll, and we're with you on the tarmac or terrain, in the 2019 RAV4, in the comfy Highlander with seating for up to 8, in the sharp 2019 Toyota Camry with its available cockpit red leather seats. And we're with you in the all-new 2020 Toyota Corolla, loaded with attitude and the latest tech. We're with you. Let's go, Toyota.
Get 0% APR for 60 months on our new 2019 Tundra with $1,667 per thousand borrowed. Or get $3,500 cash back on Tundra. Offers end November 4th. Toyota, let's go places.
Excludes TRD Pro. APR on approved credit from Toyota Financial Services. Cashback savings from Toyota Motor Sales USA Inc. Does not include college grad or military rebate. Must be applied to the transaction. No cash payment will be made to consumer. Varies by region. See dealer for details. Offers end November 4th.
Visit Toyota of Santa Fe, Larry H. Miller Toyota Albuquerque, or Larry H. Miller American Toyota. For more information, visit toyota.com. Toyota.
Take a good look around your office. Chances are it could use a little rearranging. Maybe a new chair here or there, a few new desks, maybe a file cabinet or two. Or wait a minute, let's just trash the whole thing and start all over again. There you go. That's thinking big. And at Albuquerque Office Systems, you can make it happen. I mean, you can call Albuquerque Office Systems at 345-2824 and have Jason Bowder or any associate come evaluate your office for new or remanufactured modular office cubicles, as well as all office furniture. Or you could just go to their website, aosabq.com, and start from scratch. That's aosabq.com. You know, it's been said that new office equipment can increase productivity by 20%. Imagine that. So for a more productive working environment for your employees, visit aosabq.com or call 345-2824. That's aosabq.com or 345-2824. Albuquerque Office Systems. Do your part. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Why are more New Mexicans trusting Beehive Homes to care for their aging loved ones?
Anybody can help shower or address someone, but to do it with your whole heart, with your whole soul, that is what makes the difference.
You expect your loved one to be safe. At Beehive Homes, they'll also be loved. See the heart of what makes Beehive Homes the place where love and dignity are more than words. Go to beehivehomesnm.com or call 587-4700. Beehive Homes, the next best place to home.
This is John Greenhut, and if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, Power Swabs is the answer. In 5 minutes, you'll see 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. Even better, there's no messy strips or trays that you'll have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes, and you're done. To try Power Swabs, call 1-800-679-0969. Your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free. 1-800-679-0969. That's 1-800-679-0969.
Those scratches and dings on your car aren't going to fix themselves.
Ah, man.
At Maaco, getting paint damage repaired is as easy as book, quote, fix. Come to Maaco for a new paint job backed by our nationwide warranty. Uh-oh? Better get Maaco.
My name is Jana, and this is my California closet story. At my home, it is just my daughter and I. She couldn't reach her clothes, so I was having to do everything for her. The day after she had her closet installed, my daughter was in there picking out her own outfit. I don't know why I get choked up about this, but it was such a big day. There she was being this big little girl, and it was all because of her closet. It was amazing.
Visit CaliforniaClosets.com for a free design consultation and start your California Closet story today.
Albuquerque's Lobo Station, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Close.
Slatinoni.
Too close or what?
Slatinoni.
I saw Adam coming down with his ProView hat. Can you get him a hat for like ponytail compliant ProView Networks hat that'll work?
Yeah, I mean that's
You and the
That's Jason
hats,
Pohl's
man.
fault for having a ponytail.
It's his fault for having a ponytail.
Yeah.
I got hair envy. Are you kidding me? It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Hoser, Jason Pohl, and now Adam Deal is here from ProView Networks wearing his ProView Networks hat. What's good, y'all?
You got something against this hat, I think.
Your hat? No, I think
so.
it's cute that you have one hat that you
JJ,
guys
tell me
rotate.
I'm wrong here.
Oh, he's just been on the hat.
He has been on it, huh?
I think it's cool. Yeah, guys, I haven't seen two of you together wearing the hat. I think there's just one that you trade off and wear. That's all. I just think Steve got one hat.
Yeah, we can't afford more.
He got it. Well,
The next bombshell story.
I think he traded like 100 spots for one hat, and
possible.
Tonight at 10, ProView only has one
It
hat.
won't be-
Why
it
is
won't
he?
be- It won't be tonight at 10. It'll be somewhere else. What's up? It's the opening drive. What's up, man? You good?
I am good.
Are you? Did you watch the World Series last night?
I did.
Did you listen to Hot Mike with?
You know what? I totally missed that, and I feel bad
Felt
because
bad,
I
too.
kind of wanted to check this out. It's interesting though,
right?
I mean, explain this a little bit more to me, JJ. Like, you kind of just do games, and people can pick
different
announcers and
experience.
enjoy the game.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome, and not only is it cool, but it's a great experience just for a broadcaster that wants to get better, right, and actually do these games. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I think you're 100% right.
I think
And
it's
you
great.
can get experience, get paid.
Repetitions.
So he asked you to tell you about it, and then he told you.
Well, that was
about
it,
and
yeah.
he answered the whole question.
He did a great job.
He
I'm
asked the
sorry.
question.
No,
then he
I really
totally
don't know the
answered it.
details of it though, really. So
Pretty much that's it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Because I looked at you and you're like, yeah, he did the whole thing. I got nothing to say. All right, what do you think of? Well, we're going to Game 7. What do you think of the call? First of all, because Jared, I was just talking to the boss, and he said, "You guys are wrong." I said, "What are we wrong about?" He says, "Look, baseball's got a rule book this thick, right? You know, it's probably 5 inches, 8 inches thick, and he says every year they pull out one obscure rule that you never heard of, and they talk about it for the first time in 100 years, which isn't totally right. I mean, you talk about this rule more if you watch some baseball, but he says, like, my wife was watching, and she said, I know I don't understand the game, but I don't understand what's going on, and the answer was most people don't. You got to kind of be a baseball.
Well,
person.
I think that was the problem. Not that anything with the rules. It's we didn't know what was going on. Was it interference? Was he out of the base path? Was it something they're actually reviewing? Like, no one knew what was going on. in the
No,
moment.
that's not right. I think we knew it was called interference. You guys were doing hot mic, so we were listening to
No, but even on social media, no one knew.
Okay, all right. So we knew. Well, I thought the call was, and they called interference. I mean, the umpire called. You could see him going like that, pointing. He called interference. He called base runner interference. Called the runner out, and put the other runner back to first base. So we knew what the call was. What we didn't know initially was why there was such a long delay. Why we were sitting there for 10 minutes watching grown men with headphones stand around with their hands on their hips, getting yelled at by a dugout.
I'm curious why this is being talked about so much today.
Well, I'll tell you why.
They just hit a home run after a 2-run shot.
Okay, so let's hit that first of all, because I'm glad you brought that up. And I don't know how much of our show you've listened to today. I made an analogy with the Saints and Rams game in the NFC Championship game last year, where I believe that calls can sway outcomes but don't determine outcomes. Meaning, and I think Game 6 of the World Series can be analogous to the NFC Championship game, right? Big play, Saints got that call, they got hosed. But what happened afterwards? Well, they let the Rams come down the field, kick a field goal, go to overtime, win a coin toss, get the ball. Drew Brees threw an interception, and they could have controlled it. The Nationals controlled the narrative, right? To your point, Rendon came up, hit a home run. It made the point moot. But because it was such an episode, I think there's real conversation to it, and it could have been a much more determining factor.
I mean, I get that, but in the end, it's like, shouldn't we be talking more about, hey, there's Game 7 now?
Yeah, we are. All right, are you with Alex Bregman carrying the bat down to first base?
No, and I like he came out and he said what he had to say, right? He apologized to his teammates. He did the right thing. He got caught up in being a little bit cocky in this situation. And if you know Alex Bregman, he's cocky. They say confident. Well, he's a little bit cocky too, which is fine. I think that's what kind of his competitive edge comes from. But he's got 3 home runs in this World Series.
Look who he hits home runs off in the postseason, by the way.
He's everybody, right?
Yeah.
I mean, every big-time pitcher he's bombed off of. So I think
you
it's
ever
cool.
see him play high school ball? Were you around?
I called a game for Academy. He played for Academy, and we hit a home run in Isotope Park. And so I
in the state tournament.
Yeah, and I had no idea that he was going to be like this big shot. I mean, I knew he was good. He's going to LSU. You knew he was like this great prospect and stuff. Who would have known though that he would be a World Series champion, maybe the AL MVP,
or All-Star Game MVP,
and then what he's doing now. So very fun to see. I'm rooting for him. I don't know about you guys. I love to see all the kids here do great. So it's awesome.
He's Adam Deal from ProView Networks. He's with us here in studio. Did you ever watch AJ play, his brother?
Yes.
Did you call the game? And I don't know if you were doing this. It was at Lobo Field or Santa Ana Star Field or whatever it was called that day, where it was the Thursday game. And I believe they were playing Farmington, and they opted to save AJ until Friday. And the starting pitcher, the Academy gave up, I think, 5 or 6 runs in the first inning. They brought AJ in relief. He gave up a home run, but that was the only hit he gave up. And there was never a Friday, and they lost. And
I didn't do that game.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. I believe Richard Tripp did that for us, but we did do all those games, and I do know what you're talking about. And that is, when we get to baseball state tournament, we'll talk about it more. But like the pitching, just like everything, it's fun because you try to. Do you save your ace in the quarterfinal? But if you use your ace in the quarterfinal, then he's probably not pitching the rest of the tournament. Just depending on how it goes, there's a pitch count and stuff and rules about that. But very difficult decision. Obviously, probably the wrong one in that aspect, right?
Can we take a phone call before we dive into the football?
We do whatever.
Tommy, what's up? You're on with Adam Deal. He's a big deal.
Hey, what's up, guys? Tommy here. Hey, who do you think's going to win Game 7? I picked, the Nationals 4-2, and who's going to be the starting pitchers for Game 7?
They're going with Greinke and Scherzer. For now, it's Scherzer. I mean, supposedly he couldn't put his shirt on the other day with his neck injury, but it's Greinke and Scherzer.
Yeah, they'll probably shoot his shoulder up or do something like that. And I'm just shocked that no team has won a
home game.
Has that ever happened? No team has won a home game? Has that ever happened?
Never. I don't think it's ever happened in hockey or basketball either. In a series where the road team has won every game.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you guys again.
All right, see you, Tommy. Isn't it crazy on the road? We're on the road thing.
It's fun. I think it changes tonight. What do you guys think?
I like the Astros tonight too. And everybody's available, right? Do you think you see Garrett Cole come out?
Yeah, he'll be available for an inning if they need him.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they go. I
mean, he talked about it
like a 6th inning or something. You think?
Yesterday, he said he's going to work the rearrange.
How far do you think Greinke goes? Like, I think Scherzer probably has a good start here. I mean,
do you? I think this is a bullpen game. I think you're going to be in both bullpens by the 5th.
A lot of pitchers.
My feel is, and I don't know if Scherzer's is hurt. Okay, it's going one for me. It's going one or two ways. I told JJ earlier, this is lining up for a legendary game, right? Like a Kurt Schilling bloody sock game where Scherzer couldn't put his shirt on. His wife had to help him. He couldn't raise his arm 2 days prior, and they shot cortisone in, and he comes out and throws an unbelievable game in Game 7, or he's out.
What's the over under, like 10?
I'll find it for you. I don't know. Who do you like?
The unknown. Like, you can't hot take a Scherzer start when you just don't know how he's going to
higher scoring game.
Because it should be advantage Nationals. It should be Scherzer over Greinke in that situation because we've seen it play out that way with the starting pitchers in this series.
7.5 is the over under.
Oh, I would have thought it would be higher. Like, if it's going to be a bullpen game, I would think it's going to be higher.
Yeah, if it gets to a bullpen game.
Do you think it's going to be a bullpen game? You think these two starters go deep? I mean, they're big names, but I don't.
I don't think either of them go deep.
No, 5. No, I think Greinke probably 5 innings, and Scherzer's the unknown. How does he feel?
Totally the unknown. I give the Astros credit yesterday for really, for the Nationals credit yesterday for really jacking up the pitch count on Verlander. Like, you're looking at the 4th inning and he's in the 80s or high 70s. He was almost touching 80 in the 4th inning. You're like, all right, who's first? Is it going to be Peacock? Where are they going first out of the bullpen? It was something. It's fun. We got Game 7 tonight.
Put me up for the over.
You going on the over?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think I'd probably be on the over too. I think it would. It's been a good World Series. It's been an interesting World Series. What a crazy game last night. All right, let's get into the prep stuff a little bit. We'll take a break here in a minute, but where are we going for My 50 this week?
We got the Cleveland Rio Rancho.
rivalry. You've been telling me about as we get to this time of year.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Couple good games, though. So on Comcast 26 and streaming live also, we'll have Clovis and La Cueva, which is for district championship and for a top 4 seed, I believe. Also, guys, Saturday night on Comcast, and also will be on Facebook and Twitter, just like you are right now. We'll have the bracket breakdown. So the brackets will be released for football.
This is the
3A,
final week of the regular
6A.
season.
That's it, man. And we are ready to rock and roll.
We're in it.
Volcano Vista defeats Rio Rancho. They kind of handled them. Rio Rancho had a comeback and an onside kick and scored 16 points in the last couple minutes to make it look good. Volcano Vista is undoubtedly, you have a pen there, JJ? Why don't you just mark down Volcano Vista as the number 1 seed, okay?
Yes, I'm doing it right now.
Thank you.
Not in crayon, but in pen?
Just straight pen.
All right. All right, we're going to get into the matchups that you've got. It's kind of, you got your rivalries now.
Yeah.
You probably got Mayfield and Las Cruces. You got El Dorado Sandia. You got a lot of rivalries coming up, and nothing better than Magdalena and Melrose, which is. You ever been to that one?
I've been to Melrose a few times.
All right.
Not Magdalena.
All right, Gadsden, Centennial. I mean, you're getting the rivalries and final week of the regular season. So we get into who needs to win. We'll break down the big matchups, but also who kind of needs to get in. We'll do that. Adam Deal is here in studio. He's the executive director, general manager, big dog, head play-by-play voice, and hat designer over at ProView Networks. We're on ProView Networks, Comcast Channel 26.
Hat designer is the most important title.
It certainly is. Comcast Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico. ProViewNetworks.com. You can go to our Facebook page, the OD in the AM, and you can watch it as well. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
There's a new home for Lobo Talk, and you're listening to it.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am, Ma'am. Ma'am.
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team.
Studio, it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. Of course, simulcast around the world on ProView Networks on the World Wide Web.
The whole world.
It is all. You guys are worldwide. They got a full slate of high school games. The final weekend of high school sports. And is there a heater where you're going to be? I'm going to guess there is. Do you bring your own little heater, or is it heated upstairs? It's getting that time now.
I will be at Rio Rancho, so I'll have nice, comfy, heated press box. They even feed you there. It's glorious. I mean,
Really?
I think they're going to have. Let's see, what is it? Olive Garden. Lovely, which is lovely, by the way.
Wow.
That's wonderful. All the breadsticks you can do to yourself, right?
You know, up in Aztec, they feed you there too. Very good stuff.
There's a few places. Las Lunas takes care of you. Anytime we go to Las Lunas,
cool.
they take care of us
Nice.
nicely. Usually like Buffalo Wild Wings. It's really nice.
Yeah. See, usually I eat on my way to games. Like when I would, even when I was doing Aggie Vision, and they feed you obviously up there.
Yeah.
I
But you don't want to look like that guy.
No.
I know that guy.
Well, okay, we all know that guy. I'm trying to. I don't know the last time I ate press box food, and I was at 2 games last weekend, and I didn't eat press box food actually. In Wyoming and in Air Force. Now I did eat over in the.
How do you pass on Olive Garden?
No, I did eat when I was at Wyoming. I did eat in the Bearcatter Club. Like I did have some prime rib and some chicken. I did eat. Yeah, I did eat the like when I was okay.
Depends on the menu, right? Depends on the menu.
No, I'm telling you, I did eat. I'm full disclosure. Like I did eat that. But I know when I'm doing a game, when I'm working a game, I do try. I like eating before anyway. Anyway.
Yeah, you don't want to get yourself caught. You're in a broadcast. You're like, oh, this is not sitting well.
Upset stomach, indigestion.
I go early and I act like I'm helping the crew set up, but really I'm just there to eat.
Gotta eat.
Jason knows.
Gotta eat.
He's shaking his head.
Gotta eat. All right.
funny.
Final week. Mayfield, Las Cruces, Clovis, La Cueva. I mean, you got like you're doing Cleveland, Rio Rancho, but you got some good ones. Santa Fe Capital.
Actually, Santa Fe Capital's a lot better than it used to be.
That's what I'm saying.
These two teams are better. So that's nice. Mayfield's trying to upset Las Cruces. I think Las Cruces, well, it depends. I think still has it wrapped up, the district. And they're going to be fighting for a top 4 seed. Las Cruces kind of wants Cleveland to lose so they can get that top 4 seed. So here's what I see it right now. So Volcano Vista is locked in. I told JJ to write it down, right?
I'm going to
wrote it down.
Okay, Volcano Vista number 1. And then number 2 is the winner of Cleveland Volcano.
Who's going to win?
Or I mean Cleveland Rio Rancho. I say Rio Rancho. I hope he's right now or didn't just hear me.
Well, how do these two teams match up? What type of game we're going to see?
Okay, so this game has been going on for about 10 years now. And this is the best, like, evenly that they've been. Both of these teams are very well matched up. This is the first time I can tell you that there's not a favorite in this game. This is probably a coin flip type game, and either one of these teams can win, and both of them have playmakers, and both of them, usually there's one team that's like further along or state champion, undefeated, and you just have to play great to beat them, and the other one's just okay. And this year, I think they're both just really good. Neither of them may be the best in the state right now because of Volcano Vista. So I think this is the closest Rio Rancho and Cleveland have been, and this is the most anticipated matchup between the two that I can remember. So I think it's going to be big time. I think there's going to be a huge crowd there. There always is for Rio Rancho and Cleveland. The Stars will come out to play. Man, Isaiah Chavez, best quarterback in the state, in my opinion. He's fantastic for Rio Rancho. Unbelievable. He just run, pass, I mean, he had a great game against Volcano Vista. He's had a great game against everybody. And then Zach Vigil, their sophomore running back, is just a playmaker. And then the offense and defensive line actually matched up pretty well against Volcano Vista. They are thick. So Rio Rancho's got maybe an edge on the offense and defensive line. But playmakers in all, Dorian Lewis continues to have an absolutely wonderful career. He's not what he was yet last year. He's a senior.
Yeah. So what is his future?
So I mean, he had so many D1s on his radar, and I just haven't heard of an offer yet. I haven't.
Really?
I heard Washington State was close. I just haven't heard of an offer yet. Now that being
what about
said,
the locals?
There's D2s. So I think Western,
New Mexico State, and nothing.
I mean, if they were smart. That's a loaded question there. They would jump all over Dorian Lewis. I'm just telling you. You've seen him. I've said we know.
So I've not seen him this year. So
I understand he might have taken it, but you have to believe that he is eventually redshirt him. You have to believe he's eventually going to be at that talent level that he was as a junior. I would assume it's worth even a little bit of a risk here locally. What do you have to lose if you're New Mexico for one, or New Mexico State? Offering
one scholarship, right? And I don't know what your needs are. And honestly, I don't know what New Mexico or New Mexico State has running back wise.
It doesn't matter if there's talent you offer, you bring the kid in.
To me, it's simple. He had all kinds of D1s hanging on him,
and he'll be 2 years removed.
He hasn't struggled this year by any.
Well, and you redshirt him next year,
and he'll be. At least once he goes into college, he's still 2 years removed.
But
and then the third year by the time he plays.
Guys, based off the talent you've seen Dorian Lewis, you saw him, Jeff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
no,
he can
phenomenal.
get back there probably.
Well, I guess that's do you know? And so I don't know the damage that was done. It was an ACL.
Yeah.
So I mean, you assume,
it's been a year.
You can recover from that.
I mean, it's been 1 year till like a week ago.
I'll watch. Honestly, I've not watched him this year. I just and so it's hard for me. I know what he was before the injury. I don't know what he was afterwards. I just heard you talk about him. You know how young men respond from that. So you figure he's going to get stronger.
He's still having a really good season, stat wise. Like,
how big is he?
I mean, I think he's 5.
So he's small.
5'9", 5'10".
Yeah. So he was small to begin with.
Stout.
So what about 200, 190?
He's about 190, I think. Stout, thick, can move. I mean, I think he's. I don't know what his 40 is sitting at right now. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I guess it's all interesting. I can't wait to see how it plays out. Cleveland also, Trey Watson's back. That's great to see. Got Trey Denard, excuse me. Just great talent. And he's just a junior.
Yeah,
so
he's fantastic.
In fact, Cleveland. I mean, it's like every year I look at their roster, I'm like, who are they graduating? Oh, 3 guys. Like, it's ridiculous. Somehow they only have 3 seniors every year. I don't get it. But Cleveland's returning basically their whole team next year. Jeff Davidson's going to be back, their quarterback. He was gone against Volcano Vista. Going to make a big difference. This is a great matchup. It's great. It'll be on My50 TV. Winner gets a 2 seed, I think.
Yeah.
And
who else would the 2 seed be if it's not them? I mean,
you could give it to. La Cueva might if they win against Clovis and Cleveland win. La Cueva could get that 2 seed. So let's say Cleveland win. That means Rio Rancho would have to be seeded after Cleveland, and then I think La Cueva could theoretically have the credentials from the NMAA, how they seed and select, over Cleveland for that 2 seed, which would push maybe Cleveland to a 3. So it depends, but I really do think Cleveland and Rio Rancho winner is a 2 seed, and then Las Cruces is fighting for a top 4 seed. Centennial is going to finish 9-1. And then they're going to get like a 5 or a 6 seed. So that's crazy.
If they're that good, they'll get through.
No doubt.
Who are some teams that will be potentially sweating it out with results and then trying to get that selection?
Tomorrow night, you can watch it on Pro V Network.
They're not results, they're scores. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Eldorado Sandia. Okay, so Sandia is in right now. Now, if Hobbs were to beat Carlsbad, Hobbs can sneak into this tournament. And then they would have to be seated above Carlsbad. Carlsbad with the last seed bumping out Sandia. So Sandia could lose, but really they're big fans of Carlsbad against Hobbs so that they could.
But if they win, they take care of themselves.
If they win, they take care of themselves, and then Eldorado won't be sweating it out. They'll be in. You're looking at Eldorado probably a 10 seed. Sandia is looking at the last seed, a 12 seed. I think Carlsbad's that 11. I mean, you've got Clovis is interesting. They can mess this whole thing up if they beat La Cueva.
And it's here, right?
And they've had a really good season, yeah. I mean, and
Friday
so
night here.
and Chance Harris is back, their quarterback, and it'll be here. We'll have it on Provia Networks on Comcast for you. But yeah, that's a very good game as well. A lot of interesting stuff with that one. It's just
how's
a
the
lot of fun games.
Cougars going to make the playoffs? Steeple Cougars?
They are in, man. And it's
they got
crazy. They
Volcano
haven't won
Vista
in
to start.
forever, but
They're going to play the number 1 seed to end the season.
Hey, you do work early in the season. You give yourself that.
Those games count,
What
right?
you do.
That's what's
up.
I said this, like Aiden Chavez, he's had a really good season freshman year, right? The 6'4" quarterback. But their season, just the way it started, they had so many gimme games, I want to say. I mean, I'm just going to be,
they beat who they had to. They beat who they had
you're
to.
right. You're right. They did beat who they had to beat. And so they're probably looking at, I don't know.
Next year, baby.
Maybe,
Next year. Let's
maybe
go.
a 10
2 years.
Maybe El Dorado's a 9. Maybe they're the
3
10.
years from now. Let's go.
Something like that.
All right. You sticking around? You got
Yo,
here?
I had a quick question via the text.
Yes.
Just Dorian Lewis, how is he speed-wise? Like, what does he compare just football speed?
I guess I can't tell from last year. From what I understand last year, I mean, I don't know as if he was, I think like something like a 4.6 or 4.7 last year. Don't quote me on that. That's what I think he was at. So this year, maybe around there. I mean, I don't think he's much slower. I think it's his cutting. Okay, so I think it's his. Last year he was so good because he just moved side to side so quick and then take off, right? Just a quick jump step, bang, gone, right? Kind of like Le'Veon Bell, you know how he waits for the hole and he's patient, and then he hops to the side and then hits it? That's kind of how Dorian is, the way he ran it. And this year I don't see the explosiveness. I've only seen him, though, a few games, so I'm hoping I'll see more from him. I love Dorian Lewis, too. Great kid. So this kid is the best talent if he can get healthy in this state. There's no doubt in my mind.
All right, ProView Network's the My 50 game of the week, Rio Rancho in Cleveland. It is on Friday night, 7 o'clock, statewide over on My 50. You can watch that game, the rest of them, on ProViewNetworks.com and all of their outlets. And then, of course, you got the selection show, the seeding show, which will be...
Yes, bracket breakdown, ProView Networks. We're going to go on at 9:30 on Saturday. From what we understand, NMA is not releasing until 10.
Really? So
there you go. Facebook and Twitter Live.
With you and who else?
It'll be the entire crew, man. All the analysts.
Even Jason Pohl?
Chris Williams. Jason Pohl will make a little appearance on TV.
Saturday night.
Everybody. Sebastian Noel, Ed Nunez, Richard Tripp, the whole crew. Steve Davis might roll in, you know.
Dang, all the dogs.
So
all right.
bring an extra Red Bull.
And some Buffalo Wild Wings, or what is it you like? What else do you like? Olive Garden, extra bread.
Oh, Olive Garden.
Yeah, whatever.
Friday night.
Soup and salad.
I mean, if you just want to bring a media pass.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, come on up. Good to see you, man. Continued success. It's Adam Deal. He's the executive director at ProView Networks. Come back. I got a zillion emails. I'm not getting through them all, but I'll get through as many as we can and wrap you up. On the opening drive at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Today's birthday shout-out goes to the great Dick Vermeil. A product of the Sid Gilman coaching tree, Vermeil was named Coach of the Year on 4 different levels: high school, junior college, NCAA Division I, and of course the NFL. Broncos rookie head coach Vic Fangio grew up admiring Vermeil and claims he deserves to be enshrined in Canton for turning 3 different franchises into winners. These days, Coach Vermeil keeps busy with his wine business. He grew up in Napa Valley, and he's a special advisor to his former player, Herm Edwards, who, like Vermeil, came out of retirement to return to the sidelines, this time at Arizona State. You can also find Vermeil at Villanova women's field hockey games, where his granddaughter, Megan, was named Big East Player of the Week earlier this month. So happy 83rd birthday, Coach. Enjoy a nice glass of wine, why don't you? I'm Boomer Esiason.
Hey, frequent heartburn may keep you from running your A game, but it doesn't have to anymore. Join the Prilosec OTC 2-week challenge. Just go to prilosecotc.com. You'll get $3 off to get you started, plus 14 days of tips, tricks, and reminders. Just 2 weeks, 0 heartburn. Go to prilosecotc.com and sign up today. 0 heartburn is possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
O'Reilly. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts for our See Better, Drive Safer sale.
Right now, get a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate when you purchase select Sylvania bulbs for your headlights. Plus, earn double O-Rewards points. Visit your professional parts people today at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The Dan Patrick Show.
I just want to see football. I don't want it to be penalty, couple of plays, penalty, and that's what you had. And I'm not sure why the NFL would do that, where you go above and beyond the Call of Duty to call more penalties. I think if it's obvious, egregious, then call it. But, it's flags interrupting the flow of the game.
Weekdays at 1, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
You know when you gotta be somewhere, it's like really urgent? You don't want to do it over the phone. Some things just can't be said with an LOL or an OMG. Some things just need to be done IRL. So you get in your Nissan Altima and drive. Feel the VC turbo engine instantly react to give you more power and efficiency, so you can get where you need to go.
Hey, Eric. What are you doing here?
Like.
Huh?
Your social post. I liked it.
Oh, thank you. There's a button for that, right?
I do.
The Nissan Altima, now offering the most tech-advanced engine in its class. This is tech that helps you be there. This is Nissan Intelligent Mobility. Auto-Pacific segmentation. 2020 Altima Platinum versus latest in-market competitors in the premium midsize class. Available feature. World's first production variable compression turbo engine launched by Nissan Motor Company Limited in 2018.
For years, Ben Lucero and Indigo Mortgage has been telling you when you need a mortgage loan, shop around even if it means you get an offer from the competition. Michael Carlisle here. A recent study shows first-time home buyers are the most likely to shop around, but they rely heavily on big internet lenders. That's a bad move because those internet lenders are notorious for taking advantage of first-time home buyers and anyone looking for a loan who isn't getting multiple offers. If you shop around, you're likely to save thousands of dollars in unnecessary points and fees. Just recently, Indigo Mortgage has heard from 5 different borrowers who got hooked up with that lender that rhymes with pocket. In all 5 cases, Indigo Mortgage was able to get a rate a quarter to a half point lower and saved up to $4,000 in fees. When you shop, make sure you do it with a local lender you can trust. That's Indigo Mortgage. Call them at 836-5700 or visit them at indigomortgage.net. Nobody cares more about your mortgage loan than Ben Lucero and his team at Indigo Mortgage. 836-5700.
NMLS 188348.
Dear movers and shakers, we know how you roll, and we're with you on the tarmac or terrain in the 2019 RAV4, in the comfy Highlander with seating for up to 8, in the sharp 2019 Toyota Camry with its available cockpit red leather seats. And we're with you in the all-new 2020 Toyota Corolla, loaded with attitude and the latest tech. We're with you. Let's go, Toyota.
Get 1.9% APR for 60 months on a new 2019 Tacoma with $1,748 per thousand borrowed, or get $1,500 cash back on Tacoma. Offers end November 4th. Toyota, let's go places.
Includes TRD Pro, APR and approved credit from Toyota Financial Services. Cashback savings from Toyota Motor Sales USA Inc. Does not include college grad or military rebate. Must be applied to the transaction. No cash payment will be made to consumer. Varies by region. See dealer for details. Offers end November 4th.
Visit Toyota of Santa Fe, Larry H. Miller Toyota Albuquerque, or Larry H. Miller American Toyota. For more information, visit toyota.com. Toyota.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Catch the Sports Bar with Michael Carlisle and Mike Trujillo. Local talk today at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610. the sports animal.
All right, that's good. Always enjoy having a double meal deal.
Already. Selection time. Saturday night.
That is kind of crazy, isn't it? 246-0610-888-922-0610 if you want to get in. I got a ton of emails. You want me to just kind of go in the order they came?
What are the people saying, Jeff?
They're all over the place. Jeff's in on baseball. He said, I found it interesting what John Smoltz said about the Trey Turner play. He said as pitchers and fielders, they're taught to throw at the base runner in hopes that they get that call. What are your thoughts? Yeah, it's baseball. And I think that's absolutely right. And I think that's part of that particular play in that angle. Throw it on the inside and see if you get
the throw didn't come from like home plate. Like
it came down that way. It was on the third base side of the mound.
But I think that was. I get where he's coming from, but I think that's more a catcher thing throwing down the line than someone charging from third saying, I'm going to throw out the runner instead of the base because
this was John Smoltz, a pitcher, and he did say that during the broadcast last night.
Like that one is hard for me when you're making that move with a moving target. Like I can see it from the catcher, after a play down the line, you want to throw it and make him look, oh, he got no way interference.
So if that's what they're taught, that's part of the game. It doesn't bother me, honestly. Michael is in on Level football attendance, and he said students' access to the football games. Jeff, I was told that students just can't decide at the last minute to go to football and basketball games. They have to get tickets days before. Can that be a problem? Most of the college kids I know don't plan ahead more than an hour. I don't know how the ticketing system, I mean, you scan a ticket, right? So would it be okay to have a student gate and just show your ID and get in?
I think part of that is they want to have those numbers as part to announce. Like, oh, look.
Well, you can click them as you go. I mean, you can do a manual clicker as they go in.
You have to do the teet, teet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or just have a stand where you can hand out student tickets on game day.
Or that's a line too, right? I mean, is a line going to scare them away? And even put the stand literally right next to the entrance.
Just student ticket. Here you go. ID. Oh, here's your ticket. ID. Here's your ticket. So you can get that. Deet.
But could that be a deterrent, Michael? I guess everything's a deterrent. Honestly, and going back to that one call right before the top of the hour break, everything's a deterrent right now. Yeah, I think you have to take every one of those conversations as reality, as silly as they might sound to somebody. Yeah. Garcia said, reply to Jared, it's only athletics. He says, first of all, I like his subs. I get it. It's not only athletics. If I have a choice to go into a business downtown on a road that has been downsized to one lane and a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit, or ordering with 2 clicks of the mouse and letting the UPS driver fighting traffic, I'm leaning more towards the second option. Basically, he's saying it's not just live events. If I am going to go to a restaurant, I have to go park and the whole thing, or I'm going to have some guy bring me food and never leave my house.
At some point in time, too, I want to experience things, right?
I don't know. Do you? I mean, ask this gentleman. Do you want to?
I do.
Like I told you, man, we had this conversation about a year ago. You could spend a week in your house and live just fine. Right? You could work from home in many, many occupations.
You never have to leave your couch.
You can order your groceries and have them delivered. You can get all your entertainment, your news right there on your laptop. If you don't want to go out and do anything, I mean, you could probably have a home gym if you're inclined to exercise.
Well, let's hope so, or else we're getting fat.
Well, we're getting
already
fat.
are.
Yeah, we're getting fat. But right, so you could have your home gym, your mirror, or your Bowflex, or whatever it is. Your latest.
But then nobody's going to see you, so nobody knows.
Well, that's
what shape
right.
you're in.
But look, my point is, you don't ever have to leave your home. Hell, isn't Walgreens now delivering alcohol, or Target?
Wait, what?
Are they? What?
Yeah. So can't you get your beer if you have
get your alcohol delivered now?
Yes. That was the impetus of the first time I had this conversation. So they'll deliver alcohol to you.
Well, now you're just never leaving once you get your beer delivered.
Right?
Okay.
You don't have to do anything, man.
Well, I can see a pro to that. I mean,
pro to what?
It might help, DWIs. Nobody's driving anymore.
Okay, that's fine. Right? That's fine. You don't even have to go out and get it. Dude, live your life, man. However you want to do it. More and more options these days. I think obviously everything's got to evolve. Thanks to Adam Deal. He was here in studio. He is the executive director of ProView Networks. Jason Pohl produced for you on ProView Networks. Excellent work. Josue produced for you on the radio side. Your thumb's not in the picture yet. There you go. There's a couple fingers. Jim Rome Show's next, and Pat
30.
At the Sports Bar comes on at 3. You get Lady Lobos basketball tonight here on the Sports Animal at 6:30. Lobos and Eastern New Mexico. And then we'll be back with morning radio for you tomorrow morning. You want to start at 7 a.m.? Does that work for you?
Sounds good.
All right. Go out and enjoy a beautiful, chilly Wednesday afternoon.
10.
Kind, loving, caring, and sharing. See you tomorrow.